Hello there, and welcome to a wicked stream. Long time in the making. It's been a few days, but today we are turning ourselves into wizards, witches, and the like, because today we're going to be building a wicked Star Wars mock. And what I mean by that, right, let's make sure this stream's up and running. We haven't had the the best experiences with YouTube recently, have we? But what I mean by oh, it's not popping up. This isn't looking good. Hey, wait, this might be it. This might be us. Are we up? Yes, we're live. All right, hello there, chat. Hello there. Let me get rid of background. What I mean by a wicked Star Wars mock is quite literally wicked. Quite literally, you know, the Lego Wicked Emerald City wall art, which looks like a magnificent set. And it really is a magnificent set. Quite expensive, that has to be said. £140. Argos have it a penny more. Asda's have 2p off Black Friday. Might knock this down. Wouldn't trust any shop you haven't purchased with before. Yeah, honestly, Amazon's £5 off is looking like a really good deal right now, but maybe that is because of Black Friday. This wall art, the minute I laid eyes on it, I could not unsee Alderaan. Right there. Let's get an image up of Alderaan, especially this one. This one in the thumbnail. This right here is this version of Emerald City. Maybe without the gate in the middle. I don't know, maybe we could add a gate. I feel like there's probably a gate the other side of the mountains. Get a nice mountain range in the back as well. Could have nabbed that from the Northern Lights gift with purchase that we built. But I'm going to be turning this into Alderaan. And the challenge in it is making sure it's not all just one grey blob. Even the sky, look at that. Even the sky in this image is grey. We want a blue sky, we want some clouds, we want some colour. Maybe some green on the grass. We'll keep that down below. As for the hills, that will be fun to build. And of course, big ball in the sky. We all know what's going there with a giant green laser pointing right down. Maybe we can get rid of the rest for some more clouds. Actually, the clouds they've used are pretty nice. I think they're too cartoony for Alderaan. We want some just regular clouds in the background, especially over the mountains. Maybe we can get some fluffy ones in there as well. But I do have the instructions up for this set. If you'd like to build along at home, let me know what you're building in the chat. Oh wow, there is a lot. Let's have the true experience of building this set. So here we go. Here we have the first few pages. All right, the first few pages are just Lego bits. A bewitching adventure from the story that captivated audiences worldwide twice. The second one comes out in 22nd? 22nd? I think I'm right in saying that. From the story that captivated audiences almost twice worldwide comes the highly anticipated two-part film adaptation. Oh, they were speaking about the original story. That makes sense. I got a bit confused with the next slide. A profoundly nuanced story of friendship and loyalty. Sorry, I'm going to be back and forth on this the whole time. 18 plus, so that you can use words like profoundly nuanced, not that I know what that means. Power and morality, the thrillerfying adventures of Elphaba and Glinda. Thrillerfying. Add that to your dictionary. Now I've lost where I am. Reflect how history and our perceptions shape our definitions of good and wicked. Wicked definitely describes the experience filming Wizard of Oz, doesn't it? Evolving from the days at Shiz University, and the unlikely friendship between the two women ultimately changes the course of the land of Oz and all its inhabitants. Not going to pick that apart too much. We've got the fateful encounter with the wizard sends the two's lives on different paths. That must be this top, but I feel like this isn't the top of the tower. Maybe it's this left bit here. Maybe it's this section of the tower that they're referencing. The secrets of the extraordinary Emerald City will be revealed. These are the hills in front. In fulfilling their destinies, the two discover that they have an unbreakable bond, both minifigures included in this set alongside Dorothy, the Lion, Tin Man, and the Scarecrow. And Toto as well. I don't think I mentioned Toto, which I'm going to say Toto a few times in this stream because of the way I pronounce it, and also because of Cad Bane has Toto 360, so forgive me for that. All about the accessories though. Make your own magic as you build your Emerald City wall art all the way from Munchkin Land, which is down here, where the yellow brick road... No, it doesn't start. It runs through... I thought the yellow brick road started in Munchkin Land because it has the spiral, doesn't it? And that's where it starts. But then how do they get to Munchkin Land? And oh, it goes this way. So it kind of does start in Munchkin Land. I think we can accept that. Not sure what this pink river is. Oh, I need to have done my research before this. It's been... I can't remember what I said now. It's been way too long since I saw Wicked in theatre. I mean, Wicked itself is what, 10? It must be older. It must be 20 years old. I saw Wicked in theatres. When did I see? Let's work this out. Come backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 2009. 2009. I saw Wicked in theatres for the first time. Haven't been back since. Maybe we should after seeing part 2. 2009 was 16 years ago. 2 years after Clone Wars in cinema. I think that was. That's crazy. The yellow brick road will take you straight to the Emerald City. We just followed that. However, we strongly recommend taking detours along the way to explore all the familiar scenes and locations like the tulip fields of Munchkin Land. Tulip fields. Oh, they've used the tulip pieces. Don't think Alderaan has... Oh, wait. They're the tulip. They're the open flower elements. Do we have any closer images? I did not know about this. I've just bought it for myself. I did not know about that. A little hidden stowaway section. Okay. We'll make use of that. We're going to have to discover which Star Wars characters would be which Oz characters, aren't we? That makes sense, fitting them in the art piece. I kind of want to pick this up. Not gonna lie, 140's steep. If this drops to like 40 quid, I'm gonna pick this up straight away. That's awesome, isn't it? The tulip fields of Munchkin Land. That's what I was seeing, if these were tulips, but they're translucent teeth elements, I think, or cones. They don't look deep enough to be cones. I think they're teeth elements. Keep an eye out for that in the instructions. And the iconic train from Emerald City and the spires of Shiz University. That's what's on the left. Shiz University. And there's the train all the way to the Emerald City. Maybe that's like a little jump away, because I assume they'd be arriving, you know, from off the right here. No, I guess they could be from off the left. I assume that's Shiz. We haven't done reading yet. If you look beneath the golden, green and teal tone surfaces, you'll discover removable parts that hide Easter eggs. Beat you to it. And references to the amazifying, fantabulous world of Wicked. The only amazifying, fantabulous words here are right on this page. No more coming out of my mouth. You can display your final creation on a shelf or defy gravity. With the clever use of wall mounting holes in the back, and hang it on your wall. Oh, here we go. This would have been a double page spread if we had it in hand, wouldn't it? So we would have seen these as we were reading. That's Shiz, Emerald, Munchkin Land. We've got Glinda and Elphaba hidden. Oh, they've hidden it behind tiles. That's cheating. A flying monkey hidden behind the cloud. Why aren't these on display? Assume they're not printed parts. Yellow Brick Road, of course, has to be done. His royal Ozness is hidden in the right tower. We've seen the train, the Wicked characters. Wicked? New Wicked characters. They are brand new. We did get the Oz characters. Let's have a look. Lego Dimensions. I think that's where we got them. We got the witch, we got the monkey. Didn't we get Dorothy as well? Or did they just show up in game? Because this was a part of the base game. So we must have had... If I get rid of Dimensions, we must have had a Wizard of Oz set at some point. These... Oh! I tell you where it was from. Lego Movie. It was the Lego Movie 2 CMF, wasn't it? No? It wasn't the Lego... I could have sworn it was the Lego Movie 2 CMF. Wait. Is that the complete... I don't think that's the CMF. Because we got... That's only 16... Did we get 20 minifigures in the Lego Movie CMF? There's the Wizard of Oz 4. So we did get Dorothy, the lion. Is Toto there? Is that Toto's Tower? I see the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. Alongside, which of these did I pick up? Me and my partner have Emmett. Benny, of course. Have to pick up Benny. We have this singer. We have President Business with the Golf Club. And I think that's it. I think that might be it. All the ones we wanted, I guess. Maybe a Rex. That would have been nice. Is this the build? We are on to the build. So we'll get to the minifigures if we have time after the build, though I have a sneaky suspicion, hello there, that this might take a few streams. This is the display for the Dorothy & Co. We best start with this. I'm going to blacken it out for Star Wars figures. If we are doing Star Wars figures, and because I'm getting it up, I am going to take off the wizard robe. I have run over it so many times already, and I'm actually stuck right now. So I'm losing the robe. We'll keep on the wizard hat though. Maybe I can substitute the robe for something else that won't get caught up. Kind of looks like a robe, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Be quite, as long as I don't keep hitting the mic, I think this counts as a robe, and it keeps the green for Wicked, which is the main color of not only the musical but also the channel. So let's get building. I'm gonna have to count the studs. Step one. How many studs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 studs. 14 studs. The Christmas one is brighter. The Christmas blanket. 14 studs. Where is it? Oh, it is. It's darker, but it's brighter. It's more green. And it fits Christmas because, you know, Oz and Christmas. Here we go. It's a darker green, but it's a brighter green, and it's got gonks. So Star Wars MOC, gonks. I'm feeling that. Let's hope I don't knock everything down now. Just one swish of my arm. Just before I started the stream, I knocked down. Actually, I didn't just knock down a Star Wars MOC. I did knock down a Star Wars MOC, 2 of the scenes from the TV, but I also swapped around the top of the display behind. Let me grab it. And whilst I was sorting around the top of the display behind, I did kind of kill the skeleton, which is fitting. Halloween coming to an end, Christmas only beginning, but I'm going to piece the skeleton together at some point. Maybe tomorrow I'll piece the skeleton back. Usually we give him a Santa hat, and I feel like I should 3D print one. It's an upscaled skeleton. I think it's about a 4 times upscale. So we'll get round to 3D printing a hat in no time, I'm sure. What did I say? 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 14 isn't big enough. You know what? 14. Let's get. What are you? Are you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a 4. 10 and a 4. Munchkins instead of gonks. I like that. 10 and a 4. And then a lot of display plates. This one like 2x3s, 1x3s. My hope is, yeah, it lines up. Oh, it lines up really, really well. For anyone wondering about the new leaks. We did get... Well, oh, we got some books, yes. I'm going to cover them in a video, I think. Unless anyone's interested in the Marvel and the Disney book, because we have an exclusive minifigure. I do want to have a little look at all the minifigures on the cover of the Marvel book to see if they are new minifigures, if maybe there's some hints to future characters we might be getting. But we might as well speak about the exclusive minifigure because we've spoken about the Star Wars one. So, does anyone have any Marvel characters from the MCU from shows? I don't think games count. I don't think comics count. I think it is just shows and movies, TV shows and movies, that hasn't been made in Lego that they would like to see. Because until we've got that revealed, the world is our oyster. We could get any minifigure in that book. And it's a MCU based book as well. That's why I think it's probably going to be MCU based. What are we doing at the end? Oh, 1x3. So 2 1x3s. Is that because we need 1x3s later in the set? Nice space for R2 as well on the right here. What have we got? 1 minifigure, 2 minifigure, 3 minifigure, 4 minifigure, R2D2. I think that works, but that also feels a little excessive as to how many studs are on the base. Is it too fragile if we pop off these? No. 2 studs is a plenty. So I'm going to replace that with tiles, methinks. Start talking like Jar Jar already. I assume there's going to be a lot of repetition in this set as well. Especially given the fact that we've already used like 3 of each of these elements. This is just a display stand. Ah. There's going to be one point. I am still sorting Lego, so it's a slow journey, but we're chugging along. And I understand there's going to be a point where my Lego's sorted so well, it kind of takes some of the fun of like hunting through here for a 1x3. Let's see if we've got another. And there we go. When you find the piece you're looking for, that little satisfaction, it's the little wins. It's the little wins. If they're all sorted into separate bags and separate boxes, I do wonder if there's going to be a point where I'm searching for a piece. Oh, it's this bag. You know, it doesn't feel as fun. I haven't got there yet, and I'll let you know if I ever do. But I can't help but wonder if it's on the horizon. If there is such a thing as sorting too much Lego. Some people fear sorting Lego. I actually really enjoy it. So here is our minifigure display. Do we have any figures? Oh, yes. As with Star Trek, if you didn't see us build the Star Trek shuttle pod, go check that out. Won't be showing that off too much. But inside... All right, I can't really get inside. Inside, we do have a mini-me in a Star Trek uniform. Captain's uniform, technically. Same as Picard and same as the figure that comes in the gift we've purchased. So today, to match with my wizarding robes that I am wearing, I have gone out of my way and created my own version of me as the Witch of the West. And specifically, I think this should be called Witch of the West Ham. Little play on the football team, Witch of the West Ham. And yes, this is the Witch of the West Ham for today. So we do have a minifigure to add to this set, though I think if we're talking Star Wars, Witch of the West is probably Darth Vader. I feel like it has to be Darth Vader. And if Witch of the West is Darth Vader, Glinda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think that makes sense. Am I a good witch or a bad witch? It depends how West Ham play. And it depends on if we need to paint any Lego bricks today as well, as to whether I will be on the good side or not. All right, maybe that side's for R2D2. Always flip it around. There we go. We'll keep me just down there. 2x6s. Oh, loads. Why so many? Why so many? The good thing is, with any art set, if you are looking at the art sets, they're expensive. A Sith Witch. Yeah, it is Palpatine's robes as well for the Witch. Lord of the Witches. Did not mean to press that. Don't worry, stream's not ending yet. For any of the art pieces, as you can see on screen, green. Okay, green, very wicked Wizard of Oz. But then we have light green, orange, blue, red, and yellow. Tan is close to yellow. I think we're going to let that count so I don't scroll too far. So many colors are being used on these builds that you can make it your own. Where did I put the 2x6s? I don't know how many of each of these I've got. Let's grab a handful, messy it up. Any loads amounts? Red, yes. There's another chunk of red in there and another one down there. So I have at least 3 times that of red. That is our chosen 2x6 of the evening. Any reds hidden away will be, any 2x6s hidden away will be red. And any reds hidden away will also likely be red. Somehow the reds return. 4x12. Again, these are massive elements. Should I have built this on a base plate? You know what? Actually, a base plate's not a bad shout. What's the size? I've got to count all the studs now, don't I? All right, here we go. And I think there's also some snot bricks for extra accessories. So I'm not going to include those in the first count. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 makes it halfway through. If it's symmetrical, that's 30. Really wanted that to be 32. How tall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I tell you what, if I bring it up, you can count with me. So from the bottom, I did not know you could zoom in on instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, the cursor is the perfect height of a Lego stud. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is the top of the grass, in case we lose count. 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So it's not quite a 32 by 48. 30 by what? 40? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 45. 45 is an odd number. I think we're easier working with plates here. If only they made it 48 by 32 and included 2 base plates with the set. That would just make it so well. The train reminds you of a micro Sonic track. Oh, I see, because you've got the Sonic ball going through it. It is very Green Hill. It's very, very Green Hill. Right, how do I zoom out? There we are. You know what, zoom out a bit more. Get the full page in. All that come from 4x12s, which I didn't end up picking up. Those also share one drawer. And now we get to see just how many grey elements I was hoping that would sound a little different. I've got in my collection 4x12 is the bigger one. Yeah, the length of 2 of those. And I think dark grey. Oh no, I got more light grey. So light grey it is. More light grey. Best use them. And then there we go. We turn the whites to grey, the greens to red. It is very Sith compared to the bright colours we started off with. And then I think we stick with grey. I don't know how much of these colours are going to poke through it all, especially with the part swaps on top. Oh, we've got two scenes here. No, we don't. These are the hooks. We're not going to need those because I'm not planning on putting this up on the wall. So that's another part saved. So that's another 4x12 on top. Now we need just a million other pieces to hold it all together. What if I build a base out of plates and then build the rest on top? That might work. So we said it was 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 30 by 40. Let's make sure there's no gaps or anything. Oh, and it's a green border. Yes, 30 by 40. Easily done. 12 doesn't fit nicely into many of those, unless it fits with an 8. A 12 and an 8 fits all right. Really need 10s. Is that what these are? Yeah, 6 and a 4. So that's, and do we need 2 of these? No, that was bag 2. Where do they put, oh, is it brackets? Must be brackets on top. 1, 2, 3 wide. And we need to build this up by 36 more. I think I'm going to build this on its side. Genuinely no other way to fit this on screen. And if we flip it over, we can do what I said about with the 2x6s, or find something that I have a lot of greens in. Let's kick off some greens, because 1x's would be cheaper. But what do I have more of? Oh, I just found what I have more of, and I have more of these 12 by 6s. So 12 by 6s would need a core of 6. How many 12s in 40? Not a nice number, but 2 of these do fit together. Is this a different green? Yeah. 24 by 30. Maybe some blues would have been nice for the sky. I'm liking the green colour. And we can add the black rim to it. 24 by 30, 16. 16 more. It's just another... No, it's not. It is another one of these, and a 4, which we had a second ago. I accidentally got it. Spot on. That's how big our art piece is going to be. Oh, this is crazy. I gave myself 3 hours for this. We got this. Now we have to flip this over to get the black elements on. No! I have plenty of 2x8s, I'm thinking, if they line up at the top and seeing where they go down. Shouldn't be that hard to flip everything. 4x12s, not 4x8s at the top. 4x12s. And then we'll run some inner supports for these middle guys. Actually, let's run those now so everything holds. Just like so. Third time lucky. 1, 2, let's lay it down. Then we can flip them as we go. Wondering if we need some 2x4s as well. We might need to seal everything. Don't worry, I'm not getting the glue out. We're not sealing it permanently. Is this even on? No. No, it's not. Oh, oh. Oh, it's off camera as well. You didn't see that piece just cartwheel out of here. That went. It went. Oh. Oh. No, come on. All right, pending that one. Move the Wicked Witch of the West Ham. This is massive. What's not jiving with this? Hey, it wasn't lined up. Normal one. And I think for either end, if we can meet these in the middle, how much space does that give us on the outside? Oh wait, no, if we meet them in the middle, they'd be well over. What's that, 2x6? Yeah. I can afford 4 now, in black especially. I'm not sure if I'll be able to afford another 4 later. Stay tuned to find out. Thing with 2 plates, and the reason that Lego usually stack it up more than 2, well, the reason I think Lego normally stack it up more than 2 is because with only 2 plates, you've got a lot of the bending in there. A lot of parts that they're pushing against each other. That's the clutch power. How Lego bricks stick together. Kind of like magnets in a way. How many of these? Stretch it. 1. Oh, we can't have it. We can't have it not cover the line. Oh, this will work. Let me guess, a 6 or a 5. Don't like the look of a 5. Oh wait, a 5 and a 3. So that's a 4. But that would leave those out. If we move that down, that would cause problems. If only there was a middle. If only there was a middle, we could split that in the middle. Hello there. You're writing a book. You're writing and listening. Enjoy. Oh, sounds fun. Not that I'd enjoy writing a book, but it sounds like you're having fun. 1. No, that doesn't work. 1. No, that doesn't work. What if we just got the 3 and a 2x3? Or a corner? Or a 1x2? As long as it's sturdy, we'll be able to flip it. So 2x3, and just black plates. A lot of 1x2s. We could fill that gap. One in the corner, one in the other corner, and then one in the other not corner. Along the side. I watched part 1 of Wicked. Just in case you haven't seen it, I am going to keep this stream spoiler free because you might want to watch it back to back. You might even want to go and watch it on Broadway at the West End or in a theatre near you. But part 1 I watched when it came out on, I think it was Sky in the UK. I think they got the rights to show it. So I didn't go to the cinema, and I probably wouldn't go to the cinema for this one. Wicked is a bit too mainstream of a movie. I mean, I say that. Am I going to go to The Mandalorian, which has the potential to rival The Force Awakens in terms of crowds? But no, I won't go to Wicked because it's too popular. I enjoyed Minecraft, but that was not a fun cinema experience. I'm not a fan of cinema. I assume I'd still be a fan. I assume I'd still be a fan of the theatre because it's well, it's more expensive, so you don't get a lot of people there making noise. Look at that. That is a T. That is a T. And I think the grey will be the sky. Again, grey skies. We got the black border around the base. Now, where do we kick off from here? Oh wow, so many jumpers. Do we want a fancy border or do we want to slice? It's only a tile, I don't think, but I'm gonna have to do the border. We have space for a border as well. That's a problem because now I really want the border. Border for Alderaan. We could do it grey, we could do it green, we could do it blue, we could do grey to blue. We could see what tiles we have left. Maybe we could even do it black. How well do they hide these brackets, or is it just a ton more plates? No, they do. Oh, they use the brackets to raise the inner border, to raise this row of studs. Okay, I'm getting them. And as they're hidden, we can use just about any old color, which is a Star Wars fan, is gonna be grey again. Yay, my favorite color of Lego bricks. Not green, grey. How far do these go? And we need a 1x2. Center it. One for me, one for you. One for you, one for me. One for me. One for you. Oh, one for... It doesn't work and it's not symmetrical. Ouch. Oh. Do I 3 1x2s or 2 1x1 bracket? And hold on. It is symmetrical. Oh no, because even if we move it in, the corners meet. Ah, okay. We're going to need some plates on that. We could also build out a thicker border because they only get 1 tile on it. If we build it a little thicker, we'll be able to get a slope on it. These are like welded together. Anyway, I can remove the glare without making it any duller. Why not? Now, there's really nowhere for me to put that. What I can do, let's think this through. Let me grab a 2x4, and if I'm very careful with moving this around, oh, that did nothing. I did a little something. What if? There must be a way. 1, 2, 3. Hey! 1 away. Perfect. All right, we're not going to swap that out then. We could get a slope. What is this? Go on, that's what it is. We could get a slope on the top and not notice the gap. I think what I'm going to do is see what pieces we've got. We've got 3 of these. Do we have 6? Yeah. The 1x1s will be more useful later on if we want some awkward angles around any of the buildings. I did get to play before we went live. I did hop in for a round of repo to get the new monsters, to have a little look at them, and some of them are mental. Some of them are mental. We got the I don't even know. It was some like Momo looking creature with the hands that just clap you. There was the bike, the ghost on the bike. That one was nuts as well, because we didn't realize what that does. And finding out what the monsters do all over again is quite a nice experience. Hello there, Bevel. Welcome. It's crazy bumping into them. There was one that just twisted up and spawns behind you. I don't know how that does it. That one was weird. But we're still... Oh, and the puppy. I got to see the puppy in action. I was dead for that part. That was crazy. Really cool monsters and like hours worth of fun. I don't know if they are going to be playing around with them, because they seem to do a lot of damage at the minute. They seem to do a lot of damage. Where's this guy going? The display. And is this top or bottom? This is because it's green, but that doesn't look... Oh wait, is the background... No, because there's the monkey. That doesn't look green. All right, chat, help me out here. These elements, wait, I've gone a bit too forward here. These elements right here, these corner tiles, are they a light green? Or are they, I mean, they're not yellow, but they don't look like this green, do they? That is clearly, so that is almost the color of Elphabar's face. And that's not this green. I mean, this might be a slightly darker green. I think I got this from one of the army men in Toy Story, but this green up here is not this green down here. That's the new color brick, light yellow. Yeah, it does not. It doesn't look like, it's not a green. Maybe it's this behind Glinda, but the monkey's up here, and I've just double checked. The monkey does get put down. The monkey does get placed just a few plates later. By the way, it's a print. That's nice of an art set. Expensive enough to include prints. Wonder if they get prints of all of them, like the Arkham animated series. That'd be nice. Anyway, back to the build. We're still going to have to discover what color the sky shall be. I think light blues and greys, if we mix it like we did our Coruscant Naboo skylines, that should look good. Finished the 8080 at Europe Bag 3. I am probably going to build it in maybe the next stream. Maybe the next stream after this one. I think once we get this art set done, maybe Saturday I'll go live, build the 8080, and I do want to get it built in one stream so that I can get working on improvements on... I do want to print some more minifigures. I think it does need a few more minifigures onto it. So if that's... yeah, it can't be that green. Are they just tiling off yellow underneath? No, because they're the clips as well. What's going on here? Right, the clips look like they hold up the minifigure. We're going to use the clips to hold up a different thing, but that's why I'm wondering how we should go about tiling this off. I think we go grey right now. Not gonna lie, it makes you hungry. The 8080 looks like a giant cookie. Yeah, giant gingerbread cookie, not just any cookie. It's definitely gonna make me hungry. The sky blue, grey, different greys, different blues. Maybe a few plates in there as well, especially like sand blue, maybe some white. But like white for clouds is going to work. Sand blue, white, blue tiles, ignore the red, and white tiles. And getting my hands on that Vader. That Vader minifigure's pretty sweet. Don't need no more brackets. We got brackets for days, although we probably will need some more brackets. Just not right now. We're bracket full right now. Top right. Let's see if I can get this. See if I can get this right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2x2s. And we want the bottom left to be a stud and a corner toe, or like a 2x2. 2x2 will work. I'm thinking grey. No, not a stud. We want bottom left to be one of those 1x1s with a bar element that sticks out. And a lot of grey. A lot of grey. Maybe, oh, maybe a jumper in the middle with, I don't know if a 1x6 would legally fit. Do we have any rounded off? We can round it off, we could fit a 1x4 in the middle. It's not going to make any sense until I put the thing together. So, we've got the border, and then 3x3, 1, 2. Or 1, 2. This way we want the jumpers. And then 2, oh no, not 2x4. What do we need? Clips. Yes. So 2x2, and then just a row of jumpers. Oh, we could have used grills, couldn't we? Oh, that would have worked perfectly. Should we? Yeah, let's should we? What would we get on the left side? I think we keep the bottom ones. And then if we've got that in the middle, we could use an ingot instead of, I think we get rid of the 2x3s. Let's use my massive brick separator. Hey, 2 at a time. Art sets need to sell 6 stud wide brick separators. It is a necessity. And for anyone wondering why this brick separator is holding together, I've glued these 3 brick separators together, but it's so much easier than trying to use 3 of these, having to put a tile on top or a plate underneath every time. And this is almost dropped the draw. This is perfect for larger plates, larger elements, larger wedges. Sometimes for the really long wedges, I use in combination my 3 brick separator, my triple brick separator and my double brick separator. And so far, I haven't had any more brittle colors or brittle elements snap. We're keeping it down to a minimum. Since gluing them, I've had no snappages in the Lego Studio. So if you do handle a lot of brittle colors like brown for an MTT MOC, for instance, or if you are breaking apart a load of older sets, definitely recommend getting yourself some strong glue and securing a few brick separators. If you do secure them, put a tile on top of the studs, a plate underneath, and I'd recommend like a 2x6 along the back of the separators. Maybe even like a 1x5 across the axles if you don't want to get a tile stuck. And just be careful you're not gluing those down to the separators. But it's so much better. It just doesn't stand a chance. It's so much better. So much better. And jumpers. We kind of need those. Don't want to get rid of those just yet. Not just yet. Don't need these though. Oh wait, 1x6. No, 1x4 and rounded parts. We'll sort that out. We'll sort that out later. The reason for these jumpers is to get a middle to this shape. But that middle is going to meet in some rounded off elements. Maybe if we used a 2x6 plate, a 1x6 on its side would have fit, but I don't know if the minifigure would have been pushed forward from that. And then the same deal up top as below. Just like so. Can we get addition? Maybe that will sneak in there. That might have to be fiddled with. And I'm also thinking of reinforcing the back because we have so many plates rather than letting it float. Oh, some grills. If only this desk was on wheels, I'd be able to wheel it along and just pull from the drawers. But I know I would never leave the desk. How do I know I have all the pieces I need? Great question. When it comes to mock building, there's actually no way of knowing you have all the pieces you need just purely, you know, when you're putting something together. But when I mock build, my brain is always calculating what piece is next. So even if I don't have a piece from this set, I will be able to build 99% of pieces. Sometimes we might run into an issue, and can't think of a mock that I haven't been able to finish. Maybe there's been a few before I started posting about them that I wasn't able to do to the standard that I wanted to, but 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, I'll be able to piece something together that will resemble the same shape with the wedges. And I have been collecting Lego for over 20 years, so it's been quite a while. We've got not only the little drawers, but also the big drawers, and I have bags and bags of elements that I just don't use because 9 times out of 10, like I said, I'll part them out, use smaller elements instead. And it's one of the perks of being able to do this as a job full-time. It pays for itself, surprisingly enough. Don't need to tell me. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm always a step ahead of the instructions. Despite the fact that the instructions are already written, I'll be able to swap them out, and I'll let you know if we get to any of those parts. When we were building the Droidica, we did come across a 1x4 that I have, but not in abundance. So rather than using the 1x4, I was able just to swap it out for 2. It's the rounded off element. The Droidica's still hanging around somewhere. It's this element, just on the back. This rounded off 1x4. 1x2's worked fine, so we've saved the 1x4s for later on in the build. It's like a superpower when it comes to Lego. It's a spidey sense. Yes, this is my full-time job. It earns enough for me to live and afford Lego. Somehow that is on top of the store. The store on 4th Wall, link in the description. All the other content that I post, videos, shorts, a lot of it. And what, like 3 years of Lego? 3 years of Lego? Something crazy like that. Something to anyone that is starting out. And it may not be looking as good as you expect right now. Once you've got so much backed up, it does add up. And the instructions as well. Some of them have been popping off recently. 1x3. 1, 2, 3. How far's the sky come down? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 studs below, we have pure sky. Let's work with that. Because I don't want to make Alderaan seem like it's dull. It's going to be a very grey build at the bottom. So I think we brighten it up with as many blue elements as we can. Oh wait, we've got the perfect tray right here. Let's spin that round. Oh, sponsors as well. I did forget to mention sponsors, but not had too many of those recently on the channel. Hey, let's cause a bit of plate chaos. All right, thinking about it, that might be a bit too much chaos. Sand blue is tempting, but it's too close to grey. All right, we've got a nice blue outline. I think I'm going to go with the brightest blue I can. And how big do the clouds need to be? Oh, I don't know. I think we wing the clouds as well. We grab our white plates. We're going to need to switch the sand blue to a regular blue. Do I even have more than one drawer of reg blue? Or is it just one? No, just one. Just one. Mad. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joshua. Yes, the work rate is absolutely nuts, but it's so much fun. It is so much fun. I quite like doing this full time as well, because whereas I used to either be in uni or working along the side, it's nice to be able to, you know, even though it's work, is it work? You know, when you enjoy your work, is it still really work? It is, the answer to that, but it's fun work. It's a lot funner than 9 to 5s or uni. Though I did finish uni, I didn't drop out. 1, 2, let's get, that's too big a blue. Actually, how many clouds do we want? Alderon. What's the weather like on Alderon? And how many studs do I need around? So 2 studs there, I guess 2 at the top. How do I cover this? Oh, with wedges. Very smart. Do we want to cover ours with wedges? Yeah, probably. Huh. No pink shining through either. Quite nice. We didn't fill up the gaps of grey. Oh, we'll do that after the sky. We've got 6 studs to work on. We want 5 studs at the bottom. Let's go with a 1x6. And then 5. Ooh. Ooh, that one's a bit tricky. Nice 1x6, and we've turned it into a 1x5. I guess we keep the horizontal plane. And then the clouds, we don't want clouds to just appear. If possible, we want the clouds to come rolling in. So we've got like this long stretch as if the clouds being stretched that way. Imagine you had a tray of paint and you put down a blob there and you stretched it out. That's kind of what we're going for. But not too big. Oh, hold on. Oh, I quite like that. I don't know if it's too angled, but Alderon clouds are a bit more realistic than Oz clouds. I like the design of that. How can we replicate it without doing the same? Maybe we have a smaller cloud over here. Oh yeah. A cheeky 1x2. Fill the gap. So much for horizontal clouds. And then 1x6. That's a plate. We could hide some starships among the clouds. Ooh. Oh, 1x5 again. All right, 1x5 calls for 1x2s. This best look like it's out of Disney by the time we're done with it. And how's a cloud break? It's not gonna stay connected. Maybe a little 1x1. How's that looking? Yeah, it's looking. All right, I'm gonna put the 1x8s back. Let's not get carried away with those. The 1x3s. Not in blue, not in blue. And then as we come further down, we could go to like an orange. What time was Alderon destroyed? Do you think Google has an answer to this? Alderon What time was Orderon destroyed? You can always count on Google, but their AI overview. No offense to Google, full offense to their AI overview. What time? 0 BPY. They're not wrong. They're not wrong, but they're not right. I don't think we have a. That's crazy. 30 minutes earlier, and yeah, Kenobi, Luke, Han, Chewie, all gone. They would have been still would have escaped. That'd be a fun it. What if? What if Leia had to fight her own way out? Probably still would have escaped eventually. Who knows? Qui-Gon would have reached out with a Force. Force sensitive Leia years earlier. Alright, there's our blue. Anyway, we don't know what time, so we could fade this into like a light blue, then go with yellow, then go with orange, and a nice sunset reminiscent of Scarif. I don't think Scarif was morning or evening though. I think Scarif was just because the Death Star. The Death Star would have caused an explosion. Okay. What if then? How big are these clouds? No, I think we want to continue that on. Let's keep a bit of cloud in there. Maybe a bit of cloud off to the side. We don't want to go too much on the cloud, but we don't want to go too much on anything. So if each of these tiles back onto another color, not only can we fade the sky over here, oh, part swap, but we'll be able to fade the sky the entire way along. Any longer? Yeah. And this is where the explosion's happening behind wherever we are. Ooh. No 1x3s? No? Can we get a sand? Maybe this is a ship. This is a ship taking off. Someone's bound to have survived Alderaan. Nearly called it Scarif. Nearly called it Scarif. Have I, or can I ever see myself making a large-scale terrain-based MOC? And if I did, would I build it at the Master Mouldie minifigure scale? It would have to be, even with ships included, it would have to be 2 scale. If it was a space battle, I can see myself doing it with like play scale. It wouldn't be a play scale Star Destroyer. Maybe a UCS scale Star Destroyer. I could have a space battle to that scale. But definitely with minifigures, it would have to be to minifigure scale. Even a massive all-out like war scenario would have to be minifigure scale, and it would take a lot of time just to work in that minifigure scale, but it'd be so worth it at the end because it would look straight off the screen. And that's what I love about minifigure scale, the fact that not only does it look good in Lego, but it also looks amazing when it's lined up, when it's all out in front of you. Can't be beat. Is that a low-hanging cloud? Yeah, I think the sky drops further here. We'll work that to our advantage for sure. And then, what did I say? Yellow? How many studs we got? 3 studs before the top tower begins. So let's finish off a cloud. Yeah. We're kind of missing clouds over here. Come on, one by one. There we go. Oh, hold on. Also, how do we zig the zag? Zig the zag from there, 1, 2, and a 2 by 2. Lovely. don't mind if I 2x2. We're halfway to upon there. And then 2x2 in what colour? Blue, white. I think white's the safest, just in case it isn't all covered up. We could disguise it as a cloud. Happy little accident, as we say, as we're starting saying. And then again, 2 over and 4 down, the exact same thing. Actually, a few more studs. A few more studs. But I think it should work. So 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're done with blue. Onto, should there be a step before yellow? Blue to yellow. Blue to yellow is quite greeny. But I don't think that's the green we're looking for. I think a light blue. A light blue fades to a green. Back in the pot we go. Save the Wicked Witch of the West. Ham. The Ham of the West. The Wicked Ham of the West. Ah. Well, I don't think pouring this is going to be any neater. Maybe an assisted pour. Not bad, not bad. This was a base plate, we could curl it. I don't know if art would benefit from using base plates, because... Oh. Don't drop another. That would be the other one. I don't know if the art sets would benefit from using base plates, because that's where so much of their money goes to, those plates already. The amount of plates needed to, you know, stretch over the base of an art set or an art display. Act as the canvas for the Lego bricks. If you added a £20 base plate into the mix, I'll look for that later, then it'd just be so much more expensive. And already they're pretty expensive. Don't mind me, just making sure my shirt doesn't keep sliding back with the blanket. Right, so before we continue with the yellow, I do want to flip it and get some of those black plates underneath, just because as I was pressing down on some of these, I could feel, you can't see it from the top, but I could feel some of these plates bowing. And before we stack too many plates on the top end, I want to get some of that resolved. So, do we just place it in the middle, stop the whole thing bending? Or do we place it on the edge and stop them splitting? I think that would give it more grip. What would we need? 6. 1, 2, 3, and on the other side. But yeah, I quite like that. I don't know how these plates in the middle would act. But there's only one way to find out. You gotta put the plates on and test them. Now center them to the middle. Oh, this is not gonna want to stay on. Oh wait, I've done the complete opposite of what I said. I want to center them to the middle more so, because there's an odd amount of studs. So we get the choice of sticking them where I did or putting them one stud over. That's because there's not too much support in the middle. You could go absolutely ham, like the Wicked Witch of the West ham, and just solidify the whole thing. But something that I've got to realize is in a few weeks, potentially, once I need the parts for something, once I want to break this down, I'm going to have to break this down. So I want it to be secure enough to hold its own, but not too secure so that I can't break it down. Can't break it down easily at that. Because if it takes too long, it's just going to be thrown in a bag. or broken down on stream. Maybe we can do some part out streams for the members. Slower conversations. That's what we got so far with a sky. I'm liking that. Even the original art is just 2 dark pink, 1 light pink, 1 dark pink, and the rest light pink. And it's effective. It is effective, especially with everything in front of it. You don't really notice it. Maybe we could have got away without the clouds as well, but they do stud in clouds over the top. I think the clouds fit too well with the background of this. We've not got a load of clouds in the foreground of Alderaan. Don't know what they're doing to their atmosphere, but it's something. We've got some yellow going across here. Oh wait, yellow and orange were in the same drawer. Crazy. And we just put it back. So maybe we can tip these out. Now we've got a baseline to go off. Yeah, this is filling in nice and easy. 1, 2, 1 by 2. Oh, we've got some middle. Dark yellow or light orange? Looks more like I'm going to say dark yellow, but I feel like Lego would go with light orange just because it's the opposite of what my instinct is telling me. 1 by 8. And then we'll do, what, 3 rows of this before switching. There we are. It's already feeling much more solid. So much more solid. Ooh. Yeah, the atmosphere at the end will bend because 1 by 6s will fill this up. And where's the other stuff? So any dark yellow single tiles, or are we jumping straight to orange 2 by 4s? Oh, 2 by 6s. 2 by 6 of the Lego Star Wars Ghost. I think it came with 2 of them. That's an odd part to remember. Why do I remember that? What have I needed that for recently to remember that it came on the Ghost? That's weirded even me out, that one. Hello there. Welcome, Vaughn. And then, oh, no. Yes. We'll work out the yellow into orange in a second. I don't think we'll use this middle ground. We want more stark comparison. Oh, I don't know if I like the straight orange. Maybe we do need a middle ground. Yeah, that looks a lot better. But is it the blue to the yellow? It's an explosion. Is this what an explosion looks like? Anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get a yellow in there if we can. That's too big, that's too small. We're looking for baby bears, yellow tile? No. Is it the mum? What bear would be just right for Lego tiles? Maybe any of them. And then have a little bump in the middle. Nice. Oh wait, 2 by 6 in orange will fit. We swap those. I'm desperate to get that 2 by 6 to fit. So let's do it now whilst we've got the chance. We have a 2 by 4 wedges, which you don't see from the outside. There must be a reason they tile off the middle. I think we're adding round plates on top as well. We do have a lot of studs that we haven't left. There should be a few studs around here. How many studs in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, 12. 12. So we want a 1 by 4 there in grey. I think most of the Alderon tower is probably going to end up looking grey. For accuracy, of course. If I could choose, I would probably do it all in like a sand blue. We can definitely get some sand blue mixed in. Is this a long stream? Yes, this is going to be a very long stream. Stay tuned. We are building the new Wicked Art set with a Star Wars twist. Instead of building Oz, we're building Alderaan using Alderaan pieces. Ba-dum. Oh, that was a good one. That I can't stay humble after that. That was a good one. Alderaan pieces. How do I come up with that? That's my other superpower. Oh, we got some studs on the... Oh, wait, these are clouds. Also, we've got 2 hooks. Let me show off what Lego have done with the hooks. There we go. There's a great way of seeing it. These 2 hooks, there's the mouse, are not covered by any plates and tiles. I think I know why Lego have done this. Maybe it's to fit bigger screws in. One of them's covered by the hot air balloon, and the other is covered by this very robust cloud. In fact, where is it? Next to the 2x4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually directly underneath the cloud, and the cloud's only being held on by the 2 studs at the top. Same for the hot air balloon. Only being held on by the 2 studs on the top. I also noticed that this sticks out 1 stud more. Does it? Or is that... No, it's just outlined. It doesn't stick out 1 stud more. But they cover the hooks, the 2 hooks we put in at the start, or didn't put in, the Alderaan MOC, because I'm not hanging it on the wall. I think it must be for positioning. I don't know if you'd want to hammer onto your Lego, but maybe you can hold this up on the wall where you want it and get someone else to, you know, draw the little nail holes or the screw holes. You'd want to screw this in. You wouldn't want to nail this in the wall. It's much too heavy. How heavy is it? It must have a weight listed. I don't know if Lego will list it, but Google will tell me. The weight of Lego 75685. Is weight usually I don't know if in the UK weight is usually listed. Whoa, it's on offer right now. $139.99 at Smith's. $139.99 at Smith's. What an offer. In all fairness, the offer is if you spend like 50 quid on Lego, you get £5 off. And sometimes it stacks, sometimes it goes higher. I don't know if they will be doing that because of Black Friday coming up. But 50 quid, save £5. If there's a new set you're looking for, that's not too bad a deal. It's the exact same that you'd get. Actually, you'd have to spend over 50 quid because you can't spend 49.99. You'd have to spend like 59.99. So you'd be missing out on... Wait, that's 10% back. No, Lego only do 5% back in points. Ah, can you tell me a joke? Go ahead. Hello there. Just make a black void canvas with some 1x1 tiles and slopes. There's Alderaan. Modern day Alderaan, yes. It doesn't tell me how heavy it is. All right, final chance. They've got to tell me here. Just for shipping, how heavy. You get box dimensions. Do you not need to list weight? I know you need to list weight in America. Oh, we found it. 2.04 kilos. 2 kilograms, and that's with the box. Yeah, 2 kilos. Ain't bad. No sticky Velcro tabs. I don't remember what they're called. None of those are going to be able to hold it up. But you probably could. You probably could get this up with some strong screws. You might also need, depends on the wall. Depends on the wall. Strong screws should be fine. Finish the 8080. These pieces are golden for Geonosis. Thoughts on turning it into Geonosis in January? Geonosis MOC out of the AT-AT. I'm looking around at the other AT-AT. There are so many different parts I've swapped up now for Mando. I don't know how many parts are existent in it. But I feel like the joints in the legs must have some gate mechanism feature. See, with one set, I don't know what you'd be able to do, but with one set and a pick-a-brick box, there we go. We've got some cogs turning there. That's a good idea. Pick-a-brick box. Never thought of including that as some sort of alt build. The parts that are currently available, because some parts are unique, like the snowflakes are only around at Christmas, but some parts are also always on the wall. You've always got 1x2 plates, for instance. You can have unlimited potentially of those if you include the pick and build. So I'm gonna have to include that next time. Where are these plates? So that's a 2x4, but that's another cloud. Why don't we tile in another cloud? Would there be a cloud that close to the explosion? Maybe, maybe not. How far does it go down? Wait, what's up with this tower? Why are we studying every other? Look at this build of 2x4 wedges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why 8? Are we just going to cut? Is this like 2x4s, but they haven't used it in green? All right, now we're getting to the border. The border looks nice. I can't lie. The border looks nice. I'm thinking a black border for a very Star Warsy look. Classic black border. Soldier went to training, got his gun. So the officer tells him to use a stick and say bang. So the soldier sees someone else, goes bang, sees another person, says it, but nothing happens. Person gets closer, says tag. Oh, it reminds me of, so canonically, there is a finger gun fight with the Sand People. It's based off a historic event. I don't remember what the historic event is now. Something happened like this in real life, like 100 years ago or so, but I know the Star Wars version of it. So canonically, Sand People were in the deserts of Tatooine, and there was some sort of, probably like a mining guild or some sort of colony moving in and trying to take the Sand People's land. So they don't have weapons or anything. They're just, you know, like mining guild minus the security that we see over rebels and throughout the Empire helping them out, basically. And they approached this camp of Tuskens with their finger guns, and the Tuskens believed they were getting shot at so much that they actually started to die off one by one. They were just getting killed off by these gun noises, exactly like that. It's one of the funnest stories in Star Wars, because I've then found out that it was based on a true story. It's in like a comic or what, like a throwaway chapter in a book or some sort of material out there, but it's based off some sort of real story somewhat about, I think it's one of the old folk tales that if you believe something enough, it will come true. And I think it's just one of those teacher lessons. They made it Star Wars, adding some Tusken Raiders into it, and yeah, I mean, it was Star Wars. I like it because it was Star Wars, but it's a fun folk tale that's been Star Wars-fied. You think the dish for the trombone should be pearl gold? I think pearl gold, the C-3PO gold, as I called it, is the better fit. Get some lights coming off the tower there. Still don't know how I feel about this lighter orange. What do I do with a draw? There we are. Actually, we might need some more yellow. I don't know if I've got single. Oh, I do have singles in orange. Just like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's more studs. Ooh. I don't know how much of this orange is going to seep through, so I want to make the most of it and try to stack it up either side of the tower as well. It's going to be covered. We're not going to see it, but we're going to know it's there because you watch this stream. As it was out live, 1, 2... Wait, so that's the top. That's just that. Yeah, and same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and then the other tower starts. And that's a similar ordeal. 1x4 plate. 1x4 tile, 1x4 plate, and then that just switches up to plates, which is a lot easier. A 2x6 to be specific. But this pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4 times down the front, I feel like that could be just plates. Just plates. You would not believe what they do after. So this is the pattern that I'm talking about. You've got the 2x4s, and then they cover it. They cover it with more plates. So this is a similar pattern on the right hand side. It gets covered with plates. Same deal in the middle. Okay, you're going to have to take my word for it. I think it's going to be covered with plates. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it in plates. Where are we? Step 73 already, though. Yeah, kinda. Step 73. We're missing a few tiles, but I just wanted to make sure that they were being covered with plates. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this should be moved over. Let's add it up. If we move it over 1, that's another 2 gap, 2 studs, and then 8. Yes, it needs to be moved over 1. Good thing we caught it when we did. Could you imagine the main tower of Alderaan being placed 1 stud over and it just throwing the whole thing off? I don't know if I mentioned about the dish for the trombone. I genuinely don't know if I have any, like, as I say in the short, the studs, there's definitely one of the shades of studs that are pearl gold. Maybe they're the fragile ones that had cracked. That's my thinking. They're quite a fragile piece, so I assume they're the cracked ones that I have in the drawer. But I genuinely have no idea what elements, how to identify pearl gold. No, sorry, pearl gold is C3PO. How to identify the other one, not pearl gold. Would have left if it was off. It would have annoyed me so much if we made it through, like made it to the end. Finally, it's done. We can all rejoice. And then we take a step back and the tower's wonky. We can't be having that. All right, so that goes down. We need another 4 studs over here. 2 on the left, and then 2 on the right. Where does the tower start? There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? All right, we're going to use a 6 to start our 7, but this does not feel the right height. It is. Why is it so much lower than the right one? 1x2s. 2's the rescue. Your latest comment. Oh, one sec. I've realized, yep. Where I was on the wrong chat. I see it. By video, you meant short. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I've missed the conversation here. If anyone is streaming on YouTube, quick tip, when you're reading chat, make sure you've got it on live chat, not top chat, because YouTube doesn't make sense. If the chat's not getting crowded, I don't understand why they hide certain messages. But they tried to show a summary of chat. And he needs a bit of work. He needs a bit of work. Early days, but it needs a bit of work, you know? Not there yet. Perfect. Orange on the side. We do need to build a Mahusive tower. I'm thinking of changing it to studs to get a bit of background on this. No more yellow tiles. So again, it was a 2x7. The one before. Yeah, I don't think I can see. The one before was the second part of the joke for me. Oh, unless it's the message you say, "Hey Moon." In which case that one pops up. No wonky towers. It reminds me of the LED wall. Left and right are not centered. Reminds you of the LED wall. Where left and right are not centered. What one's is that Winter Village or is that Lego set? No one sees it. It's okay. Yeah, true. Anytime there's a set that isn't symmetrical, if it's hidden, it doesn't mind. I don't mind as much. But the Ahsoka Rita, that one bugged me because it was right there on the wing. We had the Force Burner Snowspeeder as well. Oh wait, need that as a plate. Force Burner Snowspeeder. Why? Especially with new recolors of pieces, because they're going to use the other ones in sets. Maybe that's why they did it, so they could just make a ton of new pieces. But the Force Burner Snowspeeder having not one, but 2 recolors on each of its wings. Crazy. Crazy. Absolute crazy from Lego. I do not agree. If they're building especially a ship that is known for being symmetrical, perhaps not as quite the Eaters with the droids that throw it off, but the Snowspeeder is a symmetrical build. They can't go whacking on random recolors. They just can't. Good question, Moonshoes. Do you refer to me as Mickey Mouldie or Master Mickey? Master Mickey sounds terrifying. I would not want to, you know, step on Mickey's toes. Master Mickey, there is only one Master Mickey. I don't want Master Mickey to be messing up Star Wars now if I step too far. Mickey Mouldie. Or Moldy Mouth. Perhaps there's no need for confrontation. Maybe I said that weird. Maybe me and the big mouse, the big mix, as I refer to him, because what we were calling him a second ago, well, that was the problem, not Big Mix. Live in harmony and all that. I lost where I was going after calling Mickey Big Mix. I completely lost it. Oh, I did. All right. Wait, I need to find out if I have enough green tiles, or do I? Or we could swap it out for lasers. All right, I'm going to leave this bit till the end because I do want to work something really cool into there. Let's finish up on the top, and then we've got another strip. I think we're plating this whole section out. So many tulips. They look quite good, actually. They do look quite good. Alderon's got to have a few flowers. It's got a few little woody areas. I know that joke. Chat is one constant battle. Yes. The LED wall you put in the game room. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's among other things. No one will notice that. Except for if you ever invite chat around. Maybe that's more of a reason not to invite chat around. Stranger danger and all that. But now, the LED wall. That's solidified it. Sorry, chat. You can only see it from afar. With no zoom-ins. Can't wait to see the game room. Nice. All right, let's finish up. I say finish up. We never started filling in all the studs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The good old twist and pull. 6. Can't even see this. 7. 7. No, 7. 7 and 8. A lot more 1x2s. A lot. This is that cool part of Lego building videos where you can just speed it up and watch all the tiles get placed in like 2 times, 4 times, 8 times speed. I'm afraid for any of you watching this live, you don't have the opportunity. But this is going to look awesome as a short. Let's see, do we need all of our 1x2s, or are we only going to use like half of them? Got to continue it all the way around. It's kind of like when you're unwrapping presents Christmas Day. You've got to continue. If the tape comes off like 3/4, I don't just fold it back. You've got to pull the entire tape off. Or if you're unwrapping a parcel and it's got like a ribbon on it, or a baby bell. A baby bell is the perfect example, and you gotta put it all the way around. Last couple of plates. 3, 2 more, final one. Oh, look at that. That's a Star Wars border if I've ever seen one. Pure light bluish grey. And about 20 1x2s left over. Maybe a bit more. Feels like 20. And Lego just cover this with tiles. So this is going to be another black trim. I know we have enough black 1x1 tiles to cover a 48x48 base plate. So I think we'll have enough to cover this. A 2x12, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're finishing. We're not finishing. We are not done here yet. We have got a long way to go, but we are finishing with the piece. We are progressing, unlike my speech, to a plate that we started off with, a 4x12. We know we have a load of those in light bluish grey. We don't need to question it. 4x12 and a 4x8 next door. Where did I put that hammer? Hammer! Don't know how noisy this is going to be. I just shook the entire United Kingdoms. Apologies to any of our British viewers. I had to hammer that bit in. For bigger plates, it makes a racket, especially on the new standing desk. But it's so much easier than pushing down with your thumbs, your fingers. Long term, my fingers will thank me. My ears won't, because I've got 4 ears. I'm hearing it twice as loud, but my fingers will, and do. Same stitch with 4x8 actually. 4x8. I have a few light bluish grey. Yeah, I'm going to use a light bluish grey, but I do have more in dark bluish grey. Light bluish grey just seems to be the colour scheme here. Border on. It looks like the whole city's on fire. You felt the shaking. When am I going to do the Droidica stream? You would love to be there. I will let you know. I will let you know in advance. All these streams are scheduled, so you are able to see within a few days. I mean, chances are the next stream Saturday. That will be the 8080, and then I've already got plans for the following Monday. And then we're running out of streams. How many streams do we have till December? Typically we do Monday, Saturdays. There might be a few Thursday streams just so we can get it all built. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 streams left. and December 1st falls on a Monday. Oh, that's tempting. But for the most part, December, I will not be streaming. There will still be videos. We've got big plans for December. We have a Mockvember. For anyone that isn't aware, December is bringing in Mockvember. An entire month of mocks, not just 24 days, 25 days, inspired by the Advent calendar. And I think if this year it does well, it will be a returning thing as well. So if you like Mockvember this year, stay tuned. Next year, we will only be getting bigger and better until eventually I can just be making life-size models of every single day. Imagine a life-size Babu Frick. Who doesn't want a life-size Babu Frick? Oh, that would be awesome. Is it 6 tiles to the right? We got a little hill. We do have a little hill. Where's the little hill? There's no studs for a little hill. Oh, it's stud free. They stick out. We want to preserve studs. So that is, yeah, 2 up there. Nice to know going forward. Oh, we had a 1x3. Sometimes it's easier if I just whack it on cams than shuffle through. There's a pink. I feel like the orange pulls through on camera a lot more than it does in person. 1x1 will be handy. Like these oranges, I would probably have never seen these. Maybe it's the light. Come to think of it, maybe it's the light, not the fact that it's on a camera. And yeah, we'll grab one more. No more 1x3s though, only 1x1s. Oh, let's jump this about. But let's be having you. Where is Alderaan? Alderaan is Leia's planet, so it's Leia's homeworld that gets blown up in the very early scenes of A New Hope. I say very early, it's actually like halfway through the movie, isn't it? It's going to turn out that it doesn't actually happen in the movie, and this is all our imagination, but I'm pretty sure it happened like halfway in the movie. Might need some orange plates the other side. Besides these 1x1s and one more 1x2, I am completely spent of orange tiles. Guess these can go back. We see a bit of Alderaan in the Kenobi show as well. That one's, I think the Kenobi show ties the best of the prequels with the best of the originals. It's not for everyone, especially if you're a big like comics fan and that. I always say they can only get so much across on screen. So if you do like the comics, I wouldn't say steer clear of Kenobi. I thought it was really good, but just understand that they have toned it down for a TV show so that Ewan McGregor could reprise the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I do think his take on a slightly younger Alec Guinness is really good. So if you enjoyed the prequels, you just might enjoy it. And we do see Alderaan again, get a little bit of the scenery for it. Three studs. 3 studs and a few rocky mountains. Yes. Okay, I know what we're going to fill up here. Instead of the university, I think we will wipe out the university. Oh, we should have done mountains on both sides. Let's get mountains on both sides. What do we need? 4 studs? Because if these are skyscrapers, they're skyscrapers then. Watched all the Star Wars films and series and I absolutely loved Kenobi. Yes, Kenobi I treated like a trilogy because it's 6 hour-long episodes, is it? Thereabouts. And I feel like if you did watch it back to back to back, it would be almost like watching a Kenobi series. Right. Let's make sure that is level. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll stud that out for some mountains. What's left of the mountains? The mountains are quite rounded in this, so maybe we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course it is. Yes, the scene. So it was in the press leading up to it. I don't think it counts as a spoiler. Hayden reprises. No, wrong way around. Ewan McGregor reprises Obi-Wan. Hayden Christensen reprises Anakin/Vader, depending what you want to call him. And that meeting, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? But the first one, the first time they like see each other, was done really well. Definitely go watch it. It is like watching another trilogy of movies. Oh wait, 6s are on the oh, 1x6s. They're not. I was wondering why I was getting up, because I need these ones. And then what I'm going to do for the mountains is use a lot of wedges. I'm thinking 2x4s, we can get them angled up and create really scenic mountain views, mountain ranges. And the rest of the display is pretty much just building into bricks. How high specifically? It'd be a good question if I could find out. Oh, they really go all out. I love this first tower. But that would require panels and bricks? Panels and no, 2 plates. Yes. Panels, plates, slope off the top. I might switch that to something a bit more blunt so it fits. And then, is that a clip or is that's a jumper? A nice jumper arch. Oh, and one of those little Mando fins. I'm going to need to plate that out. What do they use on top? Some rounded off pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alderaan isn't very rounded. There's the main spire that's rounded, but there's a lot of like disc shapes on top. There's a lot of spikes coming out. So I'm going to switch up the round plates for teeth. Just put the UCS Star Destroyer up like 2.5 meters, frame broke, and you shit yourself. I cannot blame you. That's terrifying. Up like 2.5 meters. I don't even think I'd put the slave one 2.5 meters off the ground. I've seen, I think it was on Instagram, a image of like most of the UCS sets, and they're all shelved up on one wall stacked on top of each other. Someone sneezes in that room, someone's not making it out. Someone's not making it out of that room if chaos, you know, happens. that's crazy. But yeah, even when I do pick up the slave one, I think I've picked it up twice. The first time was straight after I built it, and I dropped the stand. The stand just breaks. The Technic stand, no matter how well they look like they're put together, the Technic stands just crumble, don't they? I can't imagine what the Star Destroyer frame's like. It must be so fragile. Even though they hold up so much weight, it's always the Technic joints that hold the weight that break easier as well. Like, you wouldn't think it makes sense. I have the Dark Falcon. I still have the Dark Falcon built. That is UCS standard in terms of how fragile it is. Let me grab it. Speaking of UCS fragility, this is the Dark Falcon, which has still been built since its initial build. Look at the dust. I mean, it's black. The dust shows up better on this than anything else, and it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. When did we build this? It must have been 6 months ago, maybe even longer. And it's fragile. The dish has fallen off a few times. That I knocked. I take the blame for that. This cannon on top and bottom, useless. In fact, I've removed the bottom one. There is no cannon on the bottom. But you'll notice, as well as the rattling inside, there is a panel piece missing, and it's where one of the feet were supported. We've modified the feet so they can move up and down, but it's where one of the feet were supported into the Technic, and the Technic beam on the side has like bent up or down and completely removed this piece. It's hollow. I can stick my finger straight through it and look through to the camera. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Look through to the camera, and all it is like this plate stuck on top, but the Technic slowly but surely is coming undone, even on the Falcon here, which is the only thing that stopped me building the Rise of Skywalker one, the grey one. Because if this one's falling apart, I can only imagine how fragile that must be. Now I've got to place it down without dropping it or breaking it. If you hear anything fall off screen that way, no surround sound on these streams yet, but if you hear anything fall that way, it's the Dark Falcon. It's fairly fragile. I think if it was on display, it would be a bit better. But the fact that I have moved it around quite a bit, it's now on the table just to my right, so it's probably going to stay there. I haven't built it properly. I do still want to build a little Vader's castle out of it. That sounds fun, and there'll be plenty of time, hopefully in the run up to May, dependent on what other sets we've got coming out. Because I don't see myself for May building any old sets this year. Like I did, or next year, for 2026, like I did this year, we built quite a few of the older pieces. 1, 2, 3. Let's get 2x3s. But for next year, I do want to build basically the UCS sets. With the Mando movie coming out, I think if April we can build the Razor Crest, or May we build the Razor Crest, and then maybe June we build the N1 once we've seen Mando. Because then we'll be able to mod that out if Mando does get the N1 back. I quite like that order of things. Also, are these all covered? Before I start piling on a bunch of dark bluish grey pieces in a light bluish grey build, we might be able to see them at the top, but that's all right. Oh no, we won't, because they're countersunk in. And there's a 1x1 brick here. Nope, not on my watch. We're replacing that with 2 1x1 plates. No 1x1 bricks. Not today. And then we've got the display somewhere down here. We'll have that hidden away. Really liking the green, and actually every single Master Mouldie MOC has to have some hidden green pieces. We've gone out of our way of having a green base on this entire canvas. You don't get much more green than that. It's about as green as you'd get. Seen a few videos where a guy put UCS sets on a fence and he's like on the 10th floor of an apartment. Oh, that's just asking for something to go wrong, isn't it? That is asking for trouble. Oh yes, the mountain ranges. I think let's work on the tower. I'm so excited to work on this tower. We've got the space for the teeth. I think the lasers come through here. So a lot of transparent elements that we're going to need to work in here. But teeth plates, rounded off plates, squared off plates. Rounded off, why? Why rounded off? Doesn't seem to be for any reason. No reason? No reason rounded off, really? I don't believe Lego would do that for no reason. Can't believe it. Let's get all the grey. What's this? 1x6s? Yep. We'll have you too. Don't know if we'll need you, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Isn't that true? Am I streaming just on YouTube or somewhere else? I am streaming just on YouTube. Twitch still does not support anything above like the default processing. And for me to stream on Twitch, I'd have to lower the settings. And honestly, I'm not even sure my graphics card would be able to run just 2 basic streams. because it's set for running. It's the encoder. I don't want to get too techie. It's the encoder that it uses. I do everything on a higher encoder than Twitch supports. So not to sound too big for Twitch, but I don't want to dumb the stream down in case it does start lagging and crashing, which sucks. But Twitch have been saying for the last, well, how long have we been streaming? Just over a year? Was it a year in September, October? Just over a year. And Twitch said, it's coming soon. Don't worry, it's coming soon. But I do feel like, especially after recent events as well, not big fans of Twitch, I feel like they're just saying that to try and keep some of their fan base. Plus, all of you are on YouTube. There are a few of you that prefer Twitch. But yeah, this is YouTube only. And I've also stopped doing the short stream because it's easier to manage one chat. I might get the short stream going back up again. That was fun. Seeing some of you discovered this channel through shorts, and that is nice to see. Short streams themselves are heading a lot into the AI world, so yeah, that's fun. How old do you have to be to stream on Twitch? I think it's same as YouTube, 18 plus. I don't know if there's any other rules. I think it's just plug and play with streaming. Because on YouTube you have to have like 50 subs and have to have probably a few hours now. I don't know if they've updated it, but Twitch is fairly plug and play. The only thing with growing on Twitch is if you hit those milestones, if you grow on Twitch, the fan base is very hard to port over to YouTube, so it doesn't it would be like anyone else. And there are a few new faces to the Lego community on YouTube over the last year or two that have been, or still have massive followings on Instagram, and they still do well on YouTube. They still do very well, but nowhere near what they do on Instagram. Just because that's where everyone is. Twitch was 14 or 16. Oh, crazy. A lot younger then. Fair enough. But it's under 18. Not bad, not bad. I mean, as long as they're safeguarding it, it's not really a problem. Just hope their security online's better than at events. Hey! we got a jab at them. I knew I'd sneak it in somehow. Oh! The blue tile from earlier. Yes. That saved me one headache looking for that tonight. So, what do we need the jumpers for? Because there's two jumpers and a grill at the top. Oh, it was for the face of Bo. Anyone get that reference? For Oz. What'd they call Oz in this? They were like Ozziness, Royal Ozziness, something like that. Royal, yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? Royal Ozziness, let's say. 2x8 and panels, no jumpers. No jumpers yet. Watch, we're going to turn the page and there'll be nothing but jumpers. Panels and 2x8 are in a drawer below. I like how they're doing this tower, because I assume most of this was just studs and slopes. We'd have to switch it up, but as with a lot of the art pieces, they're trying to put pieces together that they don't usually in Lego sets. Eventually, they're going to run out of different pieces to mix and match, but for now, there's so many combinations that Lego themselves haven't tried, and most of them are on the internet already. Most of them, people like us, we share a really cool build that we found, and it uses a unique part combination, or a part in a way that isn't common in Lego sets. There's two 2x8s there. A little bit of 3D-ness popping out from the background, and then slopes. I wanted rounded slopes. I think arches are going to work better because we've got the teeth there. We can't slope it off. We could use some arches And then we could get slopes on top. Actually, we could use a jumper and get some slopes on top. Oh, that would look good. So we'd need a jumper there. And the slopes would go up 4 studs. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's make that work. We need jumper. We've got 2x4s. We need some arches. 2x4 arches. When I say earlier about the part restrictions and how do I know I've got the parts that I need, it's because of times like this. We could use one of these corner arches. That would fit. But I'm looking for a regular 1x2 arch, preferably light bluish grey. They've got it dark green. Let's switch it up. Dark bluish grey. 2 2x2s. The draw's not up there. 1 and a 2. I'll support the arches. Do we? 1, 2. Yeah, perfect. Go with. Well, it's got to be dark grey. Do we do a tile or an ingot? And if we do an ingot, more importantly, how do we style the ingot? Because we could use the ingot flat, it would dip just in the edges, or we could put a 1x2 with an ingot to make it look like it's this extra balcony, which we could get away with that. But first we need the spire. Can't believe we haven't been streaming. We have been streaming almost for a full year. I think last year we took a break in December as well. December's just so busy that that's my time off all year. I put this much effort in the rest of the year so that December I can cruise through and then start working on everything for January or thinking ahead to May. But I'm thinking the 1x2. And if we 1x2, it's got to be dark bluish grey. But it's nice having the month off in December. Kind of like a school holiday, but for YouTube. I feel like so many people take December off in the YouTube space. That's usually when all the tier lists come out. We've already got out of the way set of the year, which is the Arkham Asylum, voted by you, set of the year, and your minifigure. Actually, does anyone remember your minifigure of the year? I can't. I should have it bookmarked. Oh, I have a lot of bookmarks. I'm not finding it. I can hope that it's still up. Maybe. Oh, I don't remember my login. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh wait, unless it was a different. Was it on here? Yeah. Oh, I might need to use a different. All right, let me see if I can find it. In the meantime, let's get work on the Spire. Is using the element that came in the Microfighter N1, the playset scaled N1, and also, don't forget to stay hydrated. 2 poly bags for the N1, or was there just 1? I know there were 3 for the Razor Crest, at least. Oh, that was a lot. Minifigure tier list. A lot of minifigures we added to this. All right, I found it just through Googling it. What did we have? How do I view? Oh, here we go. Your minifigure of the year for Lego Star Wars was the Clone Pilot. That's crazy. Alongside, these were all in the top tier. First was the Clone Pilot. Second was Kenobi. then Django, then the Ahsoka from Ahsoka Zeta, then the May 4th gift with purchase, the freebie clones, and Babu Frick at the bottom of the tier. What did I have? You said the clone pilot. And my one, there's actually a load of you that have submitted minifigure tier lists. I'm gonna have to do a reaction video to all your different lists. How do I see my one? Where's that? Oh, did I just have to scroll? Just had to scroll down. We have Galen, that's a shout. My one was Django, but the top tier. Oh wait, no. Oh no, that's not my one. My one was Django, and the top tier is not the same. The top tier is very different. I have the Hot Tub Trooper, the Clone Pilot, Babu Frick, and Django in reverse order. Hot Tub Trooper made it in there. It's a great figure. I would probably move it down to 18 plus. I would put it with Vader. He's got dual molded legs though. I think looking back on this, there are a few figures I'd move down and fewer figures I'd move up, especially out of 12 plus. I was very harsh on it. Needed to be harsh though. Some solid lists. All right. You can find that on the channel, ranking 2025 Lego Star Wars minifigures. Quick search away. We have brackets that are needed to go on here though. And not just any brackets, the opposite to the ones I thought we needed at the start. We had the 1x2s up the top and bottom. And now we have the 1x2s pointing up. Wait. Pointing up with grills. Good thing I said wait. We wouldn't be able to fit the grills in after the fact. Let's fetch us some grill elements, which we might as well keep out. Did we even grill up the top? Yeah, we did. Why didn't we keep the grills from the top? Just decided to put it back. We are going to need a ton. 2 times 4. To be precise. 2 lots of 4 of these. It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not questioning everything Lego do. Just 90% of it. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm not questioning everything Lego do, but that lines up better than the original set. Let me tell you, this page here, look, we've got those golden grills just overhanging the slopes that Lego have used, but the arches are slightly wider. So what the arches have done is pushed it out pretty much to meet the grill. Forgot that wasn't connected in yet. Look how flat that is. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It would have probably been better for me to have shown it off on the big cam here. Look at that. Look at that. How perfect that connection right here is. I can run my finger over it without like chopping it. There's no noise. The mic's not picking up anything because there is nothing to pick up. Lovely. Love it when a piece comes together. Am I right? Bought the set with nubs. The Firehawk, Firecrest, Fire Falcon, the Firehawk, Crimson Firehawk, the Crimson. That's the word I was forgetting. The Crimson Firehawk. I like that build. I would love to have seen a slightly bigger Firehawk for the price. Slightly bigger. Maybe like a few wedges on the wings. I don't know if I'd even want the torso to be bigger, because you can fit every single Young Jedi Adventures minifigure in that ship with, I don't think any modifications. But yes, great minifigures in there. Nash Durango, RJ83, and Nubs, the best minifigure. I wish I saw that set on sale in Sainsbury's alongside Tennu Temple. Tennu Temple was £14. That set, yeah, probably like 30 quid, £30. So I £30, you know, £30. But I wish I picked up a second one just to have another one of those droids, because the legs would be great for a custom Lola. I did think Lego were going to make Lola on a similar piece, because RJ looks like Lola from Kenobi. So I'm going to have to get my hands on another droid, and also another Nubs for Darth Nubs from Rebuild the Galaxy. Maybe that's a Halloween costume for next year. Darth Nubs 2026. Well, that makes me sound like I'm voting for him for president or king or something. Hate the build. Nubs was a must to get. I agree going into it. I appreciate the build. It's not even a great 4+ set. I don't know what it is about the build. I don't even know. There's a lot of bulky pieces. The engines aren't particularly great. I think it's just the interior. Any Star Wars set above 4+, they would have filled that with Technic 2x4s. I love space, and as well as Star Wars, just space generally. And the space in that set, I think I fell in love with. The side build feels like it came from a Minecraft village, in all honesty. The minifigures, and the minifigures in Tennu Temple. The Tennu Temple itself wasn't great, but the minifigures in the first one, Kai, Liss, Yoda, kind of smashed it. And I'm happy they waited on Nubs rather than putting out like a half-finished Nubs. I'd rather have waited for this Nubs than have got like not a new mold. Like maybe they printed Nubs' face on a... Ooh. Maybe they printed Nubs' face on a regular head. That would have been weird to have seen. I'll pass on that one. Oh! 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 Technic! I'm not going to use Technic. I think I have a few of these in green. I'm going to use the flower. How have they not used the flower stalks? Use one of their new fancy snot bricks. I know it comes in green because I have a few of them in green. I don't know why I grabbed more than one. I can't show off more. I have one in green. I have another one in green. And they keep coming. I have more in green, but they should have used that. I'm going to keep one out. 2 out. 1 for each side, and use those with the stem element from... Honestly, I've got most of mine from the Lego Friends poly bags, but they come in other things as well. Friends is just what I recognize it from. Yeah, 1 on each side. The other one's a bit taller. They have a snot brick as well on top. You could connect it. Oh, I guess the snot brick complicates things a little bit. But if you're using a 4-stud snot brick, you can just whack a bar up there. That will work. This is Bluebird. You've smashed it. This is Alderaan being destroyed. Smashed it first try. What I'm thinking is we could get away with using a legal technique that Lego themselves get away with using, and we could put a snot brick in the underside of a pin, scratch that, flip it, reverse it, a Technic pin in the underside of a snot brick. But first, I'm gonna have to find just what I did with those plant elements. Oh, I thought I found them. They're bars. No, the sense of accomplishment was so fleeting. Are they not in here? Maybe they got their own drawer. This is where the fun begins, I guess. And then a little palace on top. I don't remember these spires from the movie. Oh, we got some plants. Gonna need those for the rays later. I don't actually know. Are they behind the candlesticks? See, this is why I need labels on my drawers. How was I to know they were behind the candlestick? I had a system that if a drawer contained another color or another variant behind it, like this section that's hidden, I would include a bit of blue tack on the front. But as you can see, there's no blue tack on the front. And that's because I had switched out the drawers ages ago. Any drawer that did have blue tack has been given its own drawers. I have 2 empty drawers. Oh, right over there. 2 empty drawers. Oh, and my wedges. I never sorted out my wedges, but we'll get around to that. There we go. Blue tack on the front to say there's green behind. And 4 of each. 4 of each. A Technic pin. Wait. Instead of a Technic pin. Yeah, we're not going to need a Technic pin. They line up. We could put a little 2-length bar down there as well. I'm sure I've got a few of those in green. Could even use these as the laser. And then bar element. Maybe we go with a maybe we go with a 2x bar. Let's put it in play. Any green? Wait, any bars in here? Green or black? Green or black's the color we want. There we go. Hey! That'll do quite nicely. Well, this also do, rather than just holding the snot bricks, which should, do they even fit over the stems, over the plant stems? This is black. Do we want grey? I realise we've gone with green. Should we have gone with green for Alderon? Are we using Alderon colours? Greys, blacks. Not green. Any big trees? Any... There are big trees. There are big trees. There are really big trees on those mountains. But they're in the distance. I mean, look, this is the image I'm looking at for the trees. Oh, that zoomed in real nice. This is the image I'm looking at for the trees. Like, there are some massive trees, but they're so far back. There's nothing really standing up side by side. There's a few littler grey spires. So we could shrink this down to like a 6-length bar. Because we're looking maybe at this building here. So we've got a building on the left. Nothing really on the right. Maybe we're looking at it at a different position. Maybe we're looking at this building here. No, this building. We're looking at it over the lakes with the mountains behind. So we've got this building in the middle. This one, say, to the left. This one to the right. And then there's like these skinnier towers. They could be 1x1 round bricks, or like the Technic beams. We could switch back to Technic beams with a bar sticking out, as opposed to the little, like, very witch hut tower that they've got built on the top of the instructions. Maybe we do have to go with Technic. I was getting excited about building Oz. I forgot this is Alderon. Once again, Alderon pieces in use, in play. And for this, Technic is just a no-brainer. Let's hope we've got enough of the grey pieces in there. Again, most of my Technic still isn't sorted. I have, how many of these drawers? 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. 2 of them full and 2 of them filling with Technic pieces to sort. And I'm laughing because it's been that way for so long. I'm not particularly proud of my amassing Technic army. Maybe 3 on one, 2 on another. Or we could use a cone on top as well. 3 on one, 3 on another. A few shiny ones. But how's that? How's that come across? That's nice. Oh, yes. Get some shiny in there. It complements the dark grey nicely as well, because it makes everything pop a bit more. I wonder if we could change these to shiny grills. This is why I need to sort my grill tiles out, because right now there's no chance of me being able... How long have we been going? We've been going for just over 2 hours. I'd say we've got an hour left of building it tonight, and then we'll pick it up maybe tomorrow. Maybe more likely Thursday. Thursday seems to be the better day. I will be keeping these as well for the ends. Nope, for the ends. And some Technic bricks. I feel like the hour we've got left is in itself not enough time to find the shiny grills. I would take so long finding... What do we need? 8. 8 grills. I have to time it. Once we finish up, I'll have to time how long it takes for me to replace them. Has to be the pin ones. I know the black's going to shine through the lines, but if we use the grey ones, they're going to be loose and rotate. If we use the black, they're going to stay with the gap, the little gap between them on the back. We do have mould marks. I'm not fussed with mould marks, actually. If anything, it adds an extra little bit of detail to these sort of art sets. And then on the top, we want a cone to finish it off. There we are. And I don't want this build. If we don't finish it Thursday, I'm probably going to stream it Friday as well, because I don't want it to delay the 8080 on Saturday. Not a chance. Not a chance am I putting that off. Okay, there are a few things, perhaps. I don't want to wish any wrongdoing on anyone, but there are very few things that could get me to put that off. Maybe like a UCS set collapsing. No, if the Slave one dropped pre-stream, I would still hit live. The Slave one falling over cannot stop me building the 8080. No way. I am messing with fire now. Light bluish grey, dark bluish grey, light bluish grey. I'm feeling that. I feel like the symmetry, again, back to the symmetry, we've got a different tower to the left. Maybe this one's further back. The symmetry of these builds is going to hone in really nice. Maybe. The 2 length bars work, and they had a nice little bit of colour, but what will also work, this is not coming out, is it? I thought it was just going to stick in there forever. Maybe we could get a little claw. Oh, we still need the Mando claw, don't we? For the first tower. I'm thinking we get a little claw, not anything big. There's a few in here that are too big. Oh, those little ones, they're like old Harry Potter spires. They're good. Yeah, I think if I have 2 of those, I'll roll with it. If not, I use one of these claws, because as they point away, or they can point to the middle tower, I'd want them pointing away and them to get extra thin for being pointed away. Where's my other spikes? No, we got some flames if we want it. The other spikes. Nope, we got some gems if we want it. What else do we have? We've got... Oh, nearly chipped my nail. Nearly. And I weren't even touching Lego. We've got some of these like beady, not the gems, the other ones in here. The beady ones. Yeah, like that one on top of my finger. We have some sword elements. Oh, they could be in here. Not in here. We got a load of like other saber elements. There's a few like we've got a Sarge hilts. There's a few of those lightning bolts and more so blades. I can't find the Mando teeth that I'm looking for. Not teeth. I do have a bag of dinosaur teeth. That would look cool. You know, people wear shark tooth pendants. If you could get a Lego tooth. Well, they're more of a claw. Something like that on a pendant. I think that could look cool. Maybe even like a brick-built kyber crystal. How heavy is the new geode? Could you hang the geode on a pendant? Wands. Oh, we've got some grey ones from the... I think they're still exclusive to the Juggernaut that came out this year. One of the most expensive ways. Actually, the one sounds like a nice element. I think I got 4. but I still want to find the other Mando piece. We've got a wand per tower, and that can be hidden all the way to the joint. Make sure that the smooth side in. Come on. There we go. Are they straight? Now they are. Two very, very thin spires. Very thin. But that being said, where are the other spikes? They're not with the wands, they're not with those claws, teeth. There's so many spiky elements in here. They need their own drawer. Handlebars. They could be in with Tauntaun. They could be in with Tauntaun horns. Or little Minotaur horns. But I'm not seeing any. I have a feeling I've probably used them. I don't think they're in the Star Destroyer. I might have a little look between streams where they can be. I only need one of them as well. And I definitely got a spare one in one of the sets. No idea what that is. All right, on with the next tower, which is actually not the tower. It's the top of the set. Yeah, I haven't been parting that out really. So we're gonna need some wedges. How nice do we want it to look with the frame? I do like the rounded off curve. Did I have round elements in here? No, that's the drawer below. Oh, this is a messy drawer. So just like talk amongst yourself. I'll be back in a moment. I can still talk when my back's turned. But no doubt I end up getting distracted by another element that I buried deep in here. There's so many of those 2x2 rounded off elements. I started the year with none, and then suddenly they've all just popped up. Oh, we've got dark red and white. White would look nice for the clouds. White would look nice as a border in general, because Star Wars is a lot of dark colors, black borders. Maybe white will make it pop. Where does white go? Maybe white. White is all we need. We need 3. No, we don't. No, we don't. They're overcomplicating this. All we need is 1x5s to fill the court. 1x6s? 1x6s? Let's get some white. 2 of these. Also, what, studs? Stud in the far corner. A few studs in the close corner. Actually, we've gone with a 1x1 plate in the far corner. As if I had a hand in designing this set. And then Lego have gone with 2 studs. One stud and a bracket in the other corner. So 1 stud. I'm going to put 2 blue tiles down as well. If we have any more 1x2s in blue, I'm going to use those to fill in the gap. I'm a bag down. This bag. I'm going to use those to fill in the gaps between the rounded off piece. Otherwise, I feel like at the wrong angle, you'd still be able to see through. So if we fill up them gaps around the top, I don't want to encroach too much. If this doesn't work, what I'll do is grab like a 2x2 and plop it in the corner just to fill up that little bit. But I think by raising this up, that will fill in all we need. Like I say, we can always come back to this and then get 2 white studs to continue the cloud effect. That's not going to be clouds for long once we border it up. We can always mirror the landscape. Big cloud, big white border. We'll switch it up as we go. And then, ooh, Why the extra stud on the end? Is that for like flowers? I feel like flowers aren't... If you imagine Alderaan being destroyed and like the Empire has Vader in his chambers has just a painting of Alderaan being destroyed with like very flowery aesthetic. That's so Vader. You like you couldn't say that that isn't possible. Vader's just that sort of villain. Wait a second. Hold on. What's going on? Why can't I link all of these? Maybe that's why they use the odd stud as well, because then they can connect them all, and this base does only go down to here, because then we have the ground piling up. Is this perfect? One off. One off. You see though, it's not only one off. If we had the stud on the top, everything's one off. It's not only one off, everything's one off. If we had that stud on the top, so that's now layering all of the plates like bricks. We need a smaller plate, and then this will cover everything else. If we have a 1x1 tile, it lines up, oh, dropped it. It lines up perfectly to then the slope to continue on. We're probably gonna want some, maybe bricks. Maybe they are gonna brick it out. So we'll want a 1x1 in white. And some of those tentative slopes that after picking up a, we didn't pick up a second, did we? Did I part out a second? I don't remember having the minifigures. I feel like I might have parted out a second in the end. Either way, we have a ton of these 1x3 slopes. So I'll happily spare one for the art that is Alderaan or Arteron. I've just seen something. It is. The element we were looking for has been on the desk all this time. And there we are. The tower isn't complete because we forgot a slope. That is the element they use as well. Just in a gold from Mando's N1. Then a 1x2 slope will give it a snazzy look. Make it stand out. Ooh, make it stand out from the rest of the buildings. Light bluish grey. Let's get it as we will see it. You'll be able to see the skyline a bit neater then. Light bluish grey or dark bluish grey? What do you think? Light bluish grey, dark bluish grey? Of the 1x2 slope just on the top of the far right tower. Light bluish grey, dark bluish grey, and then a few clips. Is this for nice golden elements? We could get some white ones. I think keeping the sky clear around here, just because of, you know, what it is that we're showing off. If we add too much around it, then it won't look as menacing. Ooh, again though, light bluish grey, dark bluish grey. I think dark bluish grey, that's what I want to. Oh, we can add it. We can add a 1x6. Where is it? Where is it? Give me the 1x6. All right, so what I've just got really excited about, for anyone that hasn't seen it too, the giant ball in the top right, we wanted a 1x6 to go across the middle of it to complete the pattern, and I didn't think it was originally possible because 1x6s don't tend to go well with these sort of shapes. They don't tend to fit in the middle. But what I've just realized is that I don't have a 1x6, so it doesn't really matter. Come on, 1x6 dark bluish grey, please. It's the one piece I will ask for. You can like get rid of any of the other pieces we need. Just give us that 1x6. Yes! Nope, 2x6. Ah, I got catfished by the Lego tub. That didn't feel good. No one by, no one, there are no 1x6s. All right. I would usually search for 2 1x3s, but in saying I don't want one, I found one. I'm going to keep searching. So the pattern I found, not really a pattern, it's just the fact that the rounded off 4x4 macaroni tiles are raised up by one plate, which will allow us with our 1x3s, maybe grills is what we do here. Maybe grills is what we need to put flat tiles underneath and get them hooked under the macaroni tiles, and they'll fit in. It will look like they were meant to be there. You will not notice anything different. So let's grab 3 dark bluish grey and hope we don't accidentally pick up any metallic ones. That'd be a little funny and not at the same time. Do these look the same? Yeah. Oh, I think we smashed it. Either that, or we just picked up 3 of the metallic ones. What I'm also going to do is potentially add a 1x1 square plate in the corner, unless it shows through the middle. Yeah, a little bit. We could add a few different wedges. 1, 2, 3. Just for pinpoint accuracy, you know, pinpoint precision. So what do we need? 1x4s, 2s, 3s, 5s. You know what? On second thought, I'm going to leave that there. We've got our 1x2 tray. There's our 1x4. Where is our 1x2 tray? Oh yeah, for the clouds. We never used any for the clouds. And then all we need is something that will not fill up one full stud in the corner, but will eventually cover it. I'm thinking initially I was thinking something like this corner piece, which actually works perfect for that corner. 1x3s it is. That's the first time I've knocked something off with this blanket in 3 hours. Well, oh, it was the statue that I keep on the corner of my desk, reminding me to not blink at any points during the day. That's how I manage to make as much Lego content as I do. I keep a statue reminding me not to blink, otherwise I'll get teleported back in past. Actually, if anything, it's encouraging me to blink to keep my eyes nice and not dry, because then I'll get teleported back in past. And every time I have a video idea, if you don't know Doctor Who, this is sounding nuts to you, but for those of you that know Doctor Who, if I blink, I get teleported back in back like 20 years, and that gives me 20 years to work on each video. That's my secret. That's it. The secret's out there now. Gotta find something else. Everyone's gonna be buying Weeping Angels. Totally, if Doctor Who was real, you know full well there'd be some like kind of a slavery problem. I don't know how else to put it. Everyone just buying these vicious monsters, keeping them as house pets. Like, this is bigger wedges. I've only recently started sorting wedges into a bigger and smaller drawer. Most of these are mixed. So this should be the drawer I'm looking for. I mean, technically these would work. They're not neat. Same goes for these as well. Like, technically 1x3s would work. I don't think they're the neatest, But if it's going to save me rustling around in this drawer for 20 minutes, let's see how it looks first, before we judge it. Let's clear my arms and replace these 1x3s with some, what, 1x2s again? Is that where we're at? Let's get some 1x2s. But we do have 2x3s. Oh no, we can't fit this one in. It doesn't fit in because there's no room. You know what? We can't fit one, we can't fit none. We're being inclusive of the slopes, exclusive of the slope. I don't really know. I don't really know if that's inclusivity or if that's exclusivity. If we're saying, oh, one doesn't fit, then none can fit. But either way, the more I talk about it, the more it doesn't seem right. So let's find these others. Oh, no, so close, so close. So many of those other 2x4s with the 45-degree angle, but none. What do you mean no 1x? How do I have no 1x2s? Well, the corner one, no, the corner ones only work for the far corner. I think we're going to have to fill this with 1x2s and come back to this. There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a will. But not today. And in case none of you have figured out what this giant ball in the sky of Alderaan is, I think the final piece, the dish de resistance, will probably give it away. We don't have a printed Death Star dish, do we? Like, we have a few printed elements. We have the printed cockpits. We have the printed, like the TIE cockpits. We have the 2x2 tiles on the back, but we don't have, I guess it's because a lot of dishes are installed upside down like this. We don't have a Death Star printed dish. Oh, this is going to be, that's going to be annoying to get out. Way! Just needed a little wiggle. And any 1x1s? Oh, yes. There we are. This will increase the dish height as well. There we go. Does it fit with the figure, or are we going to have to move them? I feel like having it upside down works. Makes sense as well as to fitting it in. How do they get the figure to stand? Oh, jumper. Oh, is that because, is the jumper because Elphaba has a dress piece? Yes, and the same shoulder pads that I didn't give to Padme. I think it was Man Ray. Man Ray from SpongeBob. Last year's Halloween costumes. Man Ray has them. Our Elphaba is, well, me Elphaba is just a regular minifigure on legs. So that should be easy to stand on top. We'll get the protective pieces for the legs. I know that's the most popular way to display minifigures. I think hollow studs, maybe like a 1x2 with some hollow studs. That would be perfect as well. Ingots. What was it? Ingots, brackets. Oh yeah, and that protective piece. Does it fit with the Death Star dish? No, it doesn't. So we can do a few different things. We could move it across and have it on like a 1x2, maybe even. No, I feel like pushing it out on the end could also work. That looks really nice. That's not going to be the easiest to display. What is it? Look at the corner wedges. Because the Death Star dish sits on like a flat side, doesn't it? Oh, we could use... No. What's that look like? That looks... Why does that look good? I thought that would look horrid. But that looks quite good. How close is the dish to the center? Now we need some images of the Death Star numero uno. Oh, it's actually next to the middle line. It's a lot lower than I thought. It's good to show, right? It's a lot. Look at this. It's basically sitting on that line. That's a lot closer than I thought. Even the Lego version, that's what made me guess it, because they have it on the first incline. So we could definitely get away with that. We just need a few more 1x2s. Oh, one rounded 1x2. One less slope. I can get the brackets from the comfort of the chair. This is coming along really, really nicely. Order on being destroyed. I just don't think it's going to be very popular with the Star Wars community. I don't think Star Wars and art overlap as much as, you know, spaceships and all the other stuff does. No offense to any Star Wars artists. There's some really good art out there. But, I mean, Star Wars isn't commissioning any art. That would be awesome. If... That would be awesome. Get some art commissioned for the channel. Not too expensive to do either. Can't be shunning Star Wars for it if we don't do it ourselves. So I'll look into that. And then this little, I built that completely off stream, didn't I? This little stand with the bars on the back. You know what? Let me break it down. Literally, let me break it down. We have this 1x2 plate that I'm hoping will fit. It fits inside, but can I get a stud on top legally? Yes, it works. And that's just to push the Death Star out of the way. It's not in any system type connection. And then for the minifigure display stand, little step for Alpha Bar, because of the dress piece does use a jump up. We're using this minifigure display instead. And this will more than likely hold our Darth Vader. It has to be the A New Hope one, the one accurate to A New Hope as well. There we are. A New Hope Darth Vader you can't currently get, even secondhand. Lego have never made an A New Hope Darth Vader. I hope they do for next year's book. It would be a lovely exclusive figure, and the books are so affordable. I think they will be putting better minifigures, you know, better minifigures in books. Not perfect, but they'll definitely be getting a lot better. And do we work on the bottom left? Can we skip to the bottom left? Maybe. No, it's not looking maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know how to deal about this, but why are we dealing about this? What went how? Who went where? The plates. Right, guys? Been streaming so long, that's it. I've lost it. The plates. I think we just cover. I don't want to cover the orange. Does that break it up nicely? It seems like the whole world's on fire, I think, with this. Whereas that does break up into more of an explosion in the background. Plating this out? Or are we saving that for bricks? What's it saying? It's not really saying much at the minute. But I'm sure just as I'm about to, like, I'm going to place a 1x4 down here and find out the next page. There's a 1x4 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Good thing I double check. And then 1, 2, 3 wedges. 1, 2, 3 wedges. Oh, there's these elements that we needed a second ago for the top in grey, in dark grey, in any other grey, but no white. No white whatsoever. Oh, a ton of grey, black. And then a pointy bar. I'm definitely going to be using a few of these techniques on my mock builds going forward. Definitely stealing a few here from Lego. Nabbing a few, so to speak. And then more tiles, but these are visible from the outside, right? Wait, no, because there's no... Or, wait, are we covering these? Are we covering these? Are these hidden? Also, the this tower is one shorter. Oh wait, the left one's 4. It's 4 tall. Do I have another shiny 1x2? Because I 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it puts it level with the top. Oops. If I have another shiny 1x2, I can make it work. 1x2. Pin connector. 1x2. Need to remove this topmost element. Or we might need an axle in here. Any axles in the chat? Oh no, we might need 2, mightn't we? Because we could reuse, reduce, recycle, or those lightsabers that I showed you last stream. Oh wait. Oh, that's why we didn't connect it. We could use those. Way. Because this pin needs to go back here. Let's just line it all up with a nice side of the wand. And you see how it creates that nice stripy pattern? That's what we were going for. Some nice candy cane-esque stripes. So you could say this is a Star Wars Wicked, or Wicked Star Wars, I like that way around, Christmas Lego art set. Wicked Star Wars Christmas Lego art set. 5 in 1. Although I'd say a Lego set is an art set. It's a different art set. You're not painting with paints, you're painting with bricks. But it's similar enough. Similar enough for me at least. Easy enough for me as well. So what's going on with this tower then? Can we get this tower done? And we might wrap it up there. Oh, no, that's okay. So we've got like 5 more pieces and then we start the next tower, of course, because this is how I would build. It is how I built. How I built the first tower, do half of it and then get distracted. But when Lego build it that way, we can raise eyebrows. Right, guys? Right, there's not just me. Right, guys? 2 by around 2 by 2. Started off as a robe and has ended as a straight jacket. Do we dark grey this? I'm gonna switch these out, actually the rounded elements, maybe the triangles, to dark grey because Lego have used dark green. So let's show. I've skipped ahead for the other column, but you can see it fully built. We've got a few dark green elements, even gold on the top. We don't see gold. We could use like a shiny silver. Don't think those wedge plates or those rounded plates exist. So we're going to use the dark bluish grey in place of the dark green, if we have it. If not, we're going to part it out and find the elements that work in its place. We do have dark grey. We do have dark grey of these, which is a good sign because I was more worried about these elements than the round ones. After getting two of the duo Lomperidia, I think we've got enough rounded dark bluish grey plates to, actually they're still on the desk, to work for any mock. Absolutely anything. Throw anything our way. Don't throw anything our way. They all right, chat. All right. That's my fault. This is on me. For those of you that aren't following along, I got a bit cocky and I thought I had a million of these 2x2 macaroni tiles in dark bluish grey. I actually have none. There could be some on the Dual Iridium MOCs, I admit. I haven't parted those out fully yet. They are in a bag and a drawer, respectively. One's been broken down into a drawer, one has been just whacked in a Smith's bag, and I've still got that full to part out. I was hoping to do it yesterday, and then time flew by, didn't get a second to do it. So we're gonna come back to that later on. Hopefully I do have the dark bluish grey, but light bluish grey works just good enough, and Lego don't mind. They're pushing us on to tower number 3. That's not tower number 2 done. Tower number 2's barely done. But tower number 3 it is. And watch, we're gonna flip the page and we're gonna go back to tower number 2, aren't we? This is the way. They don't want us to round off the top. No, it's going outwards. Okay, I'm cool doing that. Just checking before we venture forwards. Also, this tower's looking real easy. Hold up. Is this all it is? Oh, we got like a few, oh, what's it called? Those Indiana Jones. Yes, this is a castle. And yes, there are many terrances. Do they have terrances? Do they have tepence? Tepence. That's an old English currency. Tepence. I think that's like bed knobs and broomsticks. Oh, if anyone knows that movie. A few jumpers. One little, too big, or a double big. But again, I have more 2x2s than I have 2x4s when it comes to the thicker jumpers. And what we've got here is I'll finish this tower and then I will open back up the big screen, because what we're doing here is we've got a nice definition with the side of the tower. Maybe dark grey again. Get even more nice definition. We've got nice definition where it goes in, out, and if we cover that up, if that's covered with more tiles, with more, I don't even know at this point, if that's covered up with anything, I think it's a wasted opportunity. Not gonna lie, guys, I think that would be a wasted opportunity. If Lego create that definition using rounded plates on purpose, we have 2x6s, there are a dozen 2x6s in green. 2x6s in green basically go the whole length along this part here, the whole length along the entire border. We have more than enough 2x6s in green. We do not need any more. But that being said, if Lego just cover this up with 2 terrances, I can't remember the name. If they cover it up with 2 towers on either end, missed opportunity. It's gonna be a little disappointing. So overall, perfect so far. Genuinely, I mean that, perfect so far. But that little difference, that could destroy it, just like the Death Star is about to destroy Alderaan. Too soon. Too soon. More clips. Yes, we kept those around on purpose, completely on purpose. I get a solid clip in there because this is going to be supporting the entire tower, which let's go back to Alderaan image search and try and get which one. I like this image. So we don't have many dark bluish grey towers. I like the dark bluish grey accents we put on it, especially Death Star exploding behind. It's going to cast that shadow forward. I think this tower is, maybe we're creating, what did I say? That was the central one. Oh, this is the central one here. So we do need that dark grey. Look, you got that dark grey pattern coming at least halfway down, maybe even a bit of yellow on it. We also have this tower here. I can't remember if this is the same one as I said earlier. It probably is a different tower. Oh, look, there's the ship as well that we captured in the sky. Oh, this is beautiful. We have got the dark grey at the front, but the top is too thin. You're not going to get a shadow on that, so that's going to be light bluish grey. The one on the right is quite a thicker tower. That dark bluish grey is going all the way to the top. So we're going to mimic it here, get a dark bluish grey strip on the front, dark bluish grey again, all the way to the top on the right. We've got some like different colours on these smaller towers, but they're not going to be too dark. This is the tower that sticks out, and then the top, even though the top looks like it's popping to us, maybe it's angled, maybe it's blown forward, we don't know. All I know is that's going to be light bluish grey, which might be harder to find. Not that hard. Well, this is piece one. Let's wait and see. Hopefully that explanation made sense to most of you out there. I like the way the tower's built. A lot of 1x1 studs with the hull. Can we just flat out replace all studs in colours that have been made with studs with the hole in to studs with the hole in? Just flat out replace them all. We don't need the other ones. Just give us the studs with the hole in. I don't think that would be too big a ask, too big a problem. I don't find many situations where I need a stud without the hole, even for like Iron Man's boost effect. You need that hole so you can attach some bars, make him flow, or just show like the round blast that comes from the hand. It's not a full-on beam. It will have a little space in the middle, which no doubt is some sciencey reason for how it can travel so far and fast. I can kind of see that being a thing. What did I say? Studs with a hole. Can we get more? Can we get more studs with a hole? That's all I ask. Alongside everything else that I've asked, that's all I ask. Oh, where's the rounded bricks? Here they are. I know I've got grey from Stormbreaker. I think we used a light grey version instead. Oh, how big? Is this one of the smaller rounded ones? Yeah. No, it's not. If anyone asks, it's one of the bigger rounded ones. And another claw arrowhead. Another little something on top. I know where I'm looking now. Because we use the wands, I want to use that Hogwarts piece. That fancy element. Because it's almost similar size to these smaller towers. Doesn't go in full. Oh no, it's not meant to go in fully. Oh, it don't go in fully. Is there a Lego logo on the inside? Yeah, I think there's either a Lego logo or a mold mark on the inside that's stopping it going down fully. Oh, no, that's all right. And a brick. What? Like actually a 2x4 brick. I'm not messing around here. I am messing around here. This is a very fun stream. Wait, where's the mouse? There it is. There's the 2x4 brick. Okay, are we covering the brick? Could we? Because if we're covering the brick up with a plate, we could hide a little secret. I'm thinking Death Star plans, by the way. We could hide the Death Star plans. Come on, are we covering it up? Spoilers! Are we covering it up? I'm not taking any of this in. I'm blanking this. I will forget about this by next stream. They copied. It's good enough to copy. How are we covering it? No, that's not gonna cover. Wait. Did they just put a tile? So that's a 2x2 at the minute. Then they have some sort of door. And then they have an arch over the door. That will cover it. Surely that will cover it, right? Surely that covers it. Where were we? We're almost halfway through the build. The better half is Can't say the better half. I'm enjoying this. A load of bricks in the second half. I've gone way too far. All right, let me find out where we were. Now I know we can cover it. We can get like one of those grey Imperial containers. And it should look something like... Wait, there's 2 drawers of containers, if I'm not mistaken. One of which has a horse in it. Stop horsing around. Come on. Out you get. Out. Out. Nope. All right. Hey, it's free. Without a visual, you're just hearing. Yes. 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 We got the element. It's one of the... I really like this, actually. We tried to sneak this into the Star Trek ship as well. It's one of these Imperial containers. Which they've come in a few sets. They came probably most notably in the Mos Eisley Cantina. I don't know if that was really notable. We've also got the choice of the Imperial insignia or the words on the side. I think rather than have the Imperial logo on display on Alderaan, which was a member of the Senate. Never mind. Was a member of the Senate. I guess that works. Technic Tower on a plate. Literally. Technic Tower on a plate. And then the rest of this is filled up with bricks. We're going to get some nice mountains working. And I think that's where we'll wrap up this video. So, Technic Tower. Should we do that today? Yeah. Because there's only one and we can use the... We can't use the green. No, why have I kept the green out? It's tempting me. We should have a Star Destroyer. That's the little ship in the background of the art. We should have added a Star Destroyer up the top. I am realizing that now. Maybe get a few rounded off. The mountains are going to be fair, not sharp, but they're prominent. They're prominent for sure. Like we're talking sort of mountain ranges that stack up like that. And then they stack more up as they come down. Or should we have started a bit like that? I don't know about this. Maybe if we do something like, if they meet in the middle, form a little valley, and then we could get another. I do like the first one. Something like that. Then something like that. And then maybe we just need a smaller mountain in front. Something like this. 1, 2, something like that. We've got bricks. I don't think the bricks go all the way up here. There we go. We don't want to encroach on that space too much. Though, oh yeah, what if we just sloped it off? Like tiled it off. There you go. That's the big mountain range, because we're gonna need the large mountains in front. So my reasoning behind just sloping it off is because the large mountains will be shown and then we'll have a few smaller ones in the background like so. Goodbye, smaller wedge. Maybe even get a little crack in this mountain where it's like gone off and formed its own thing. And then 2x3s. Go on, one more. Should have gone with 2x4s for the bottom of it. And then like a 1x6, maybe two 1x6s. Ask and you shall receive. And then we've still got that crack down the top of the mountain. I do want to add another like mini mountain, because we don't have much going for it here. Perhaps just a 1x4 in the middle. That would also break off the two mountain sides. Oh. Something like this. Little mountain in the middle, maybe building up to the big mountain. Honestly, if we want to go back and add a bit more mountain to it, same with any of the pillars or even the Death Star, we can Death Star it up. Get a bit more detail in it. So Tin Man time, what are we looking at? We've got to brick this up. We've got to do it. Let's see what bricks we've got to hand. By to hand, I mean what bricks we've got in this drawer to save me sorting them out later. Any bricks we use are one less brick that we need to sort. There was a slope on the end. We also probably won't be able to get the train in. Do we think Alderaan has a train? I do want to get some sort of train in. Was that? No, just regular 1x4s. Okay, the train hasn't come yet, so we can get the train in. Don't know what we're training for. Oh, 1x8. God, we got so many 2x8s. We could add... Oh, wait. We could add masonry bricks, couldn't we? Get a bit of detail down there. And then all regular bricks. That's one. That's two. And it goes 4 studs from the end. Whoops. Guess we're going all the way. I might swap that out for like some sort of slope. Does it let us know? No, okay. It doesn't let us know. So for now, we're going to add some masonry bricks at the bottom and swap this out for a double Technic. Better than a 1x1? Is it? Is 2 Technics better than 1 Technic? And then what, a 1x2? Yeah. Perfecto. Lovely. Going to keep that 2x3 in there just for the minute. And I think we're at a nice place to call it for today. Just move some of these drawers out of the way without dropping them. Would be nice. Don't fancy dropping any of the parts. I did say that I'd show you the building. Before we wrapped up, I do have to give you a better angle at that because it looks so cool. All right, so this is where we're at, step 1, 2, 3. Someone remember that, please and thank you. And we've got basically most of the top half of Alderaan completed. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more steps, and then a few towers. 7 steps left. Literally, that is all of Alderaan's top half. 7 steps for this tower and the little side towers running up the column here. That's 1, 2, 3. But take a little look at the definition in this side of the building. I'm like casting a shadow on myself here. This side of the building, look at that definition. The rounded off elements just add that extra texture into the building. Make it pop a little bit, kind of separate it from the background. but also give it maybe some balconies, maybe some windows. So many stories are being told with a, honestly, simple change of a 2x6 into 3 2x2 round plates. And that is the best part usage I've come across in this set so far. There's been some good ones. There has been some good ones. I'm a big fan of this tower as well, but how's Alderaan looking with the explosion in the back? This 2x2, I might next stream swap it out for a rotational brick and have like 2x2 worth of green rays. We'll have to line it up to the Death Star dish. So it'll be coming down quite sharply, but if we can disguise it with the build-in, maybe even get just some bars going closer over, maybe we can even move it up here. I don't know. We'll sort out the finishing touches after we've built the bottom, which will hide the display for all the Star Wars characters that we will be adding. But look, one last time, look how good the Alderaan art piece. What was this set called? Emerald City Wall Art. Alderaan Capital City Wall Art. Come on, Lego. We want some for Star Wars. Would you pick it up though for like Vader, Leia? I think this is advertised definitely for people that have a bit more space on their wall. Ignoring. We'll just censor that. We'll censor that in post. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging, and shout out to you lurkers. We will continue this, I think, on Thursday. I'll make a decision and I'll have it up by the morning. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, that is all for today. Fingers crossed we get some images of January sets. And until then, may the bricks be with you always.